Dun dun dun. It's so bright in game, but it's not bright. Well, actually, the sun's coming out here. It's very early here. Where do I live? I think I've said before I live in Minnesota. So, in Minnesota, central United States, it's not. Wait, no, it's early. It's bright and early, and I'm tired. Anyways, it's 30 minutes until the stream starts. 4.0 stream, as you can probably, hopefully, that's why you're here, I assume. So if you're a VOD watcher for some reason, you're choosing to watch me over the Genshin VOD, official VOD, thanks, question mark, but I don't, why are you here? Secondly, it should start in 30 minutes, so I'm just doing whatever. I'm doing whatever, okay, as I normally do. But, and hopefully I set a timer for when the stream starts. So hopefully I won't be stupid. I'm stuck on a plant. Hopefully I won't be stupid and miss anything. Anyways, might do this event until, I was on vacation until recently. And by recently, I mean like 2 days ago. So I got events to do, and this event, it literally ends in 3 days. So yeah, I should probably do this event. And, schmack. Sometimes you see an explosive barrel and you have to smack it. I'm sorry. Anyways, let's go do dailies or something. So, hello, peoples. Oh, something I should check. Wait, does my thing work? I forgot to check. So my browser window works. I want to make sure I have this ready beforehand. The browser window. Yeah, look. Okay, good. It works. That's the Twitch page, because we'll be obviously watching Twitch. The Twitch. I can language. Language is hard. Dia buff confirmed. I mean, okay. I guess to start the pre-stream discussion, as far as like what I mean by the title, which I know it's a little bit clickbaity. I'm sorry, but it's the main thing I had in mind. This realm is blah blah blah. I think Genshin is not a perfect game. I think it's a good game. It's not perfect, and therefore, I have like hopes for them to improve some things. So, anyways, I hope they show some things and talk about some things that are things we don't know from like beta leaks or whatever. Because, to be honest, that's a big part of what makes it tends to make these streams sometimes relatively boring.
If you ever
Am I interested in Fontaine World Quest? I mean, the Sumeru main world quest was the best quest line in the game, in my opinion. So, Fontaine's world quest, I freaking still have to, I have to do Caribert. I can't do a co-op mode. I have to do Caribert still. It's fine, I'll remember to do it, I'm sure. Maybe I'll do it right now. No, I'm not going to do it right now. But yeah, I don't know, the Sumeru, right? So I guess the main reason I'm hopeful for 4.0 to have certain things. Let's say, like someone mentioned in chat, endgame content. Yeah, I would really like if they added some kind of, I don't know, let's just say simulated. This cut to the chase, a simulated universe mode, equivalent in Genshin. That would make combat a lot more fun. Like, just make some kind of permanent mode. Like let's not have the Genshin meta just be around the rotating cycle of the Abyss, a time-based challenge. It's just like not very fun for most players. Like, I don't know. My personal theory for there we go. I forgot to switch to the right character. My personal theory for why many people don't care about the Spiral Abyss and don't care about or don't care about like the nuances of combat in Genshin is because the Spiral Abyss is bad. Like, it's the only thing in there is that meaningfully tests and incentivize like mechanical knowledge and skill in this game, and it's not fun. So most people don't care, right? Like, Genshin, in my opinion, fails to make people care about its actually really, really smart and brilliant like game mechanics, right? The combat mechanics. I think it's a really, really clever system. And it's really fun doing creative things in Genshin. What's alive? Hi. How are you alive? That was just a good job, me. Yes, use the pyro character. Candace is not fully built on this team. This team is a preview for a video that's probably coming out next week, by the way. It's basically just a Dia team, to be clear. But it's Dia and Candace because it's a crime that Dia and Candace don't work together. And the general idea, I'll be farming for Sack Sword. The general idea of this team is going to be trying to vape Dia's skill with Sack Greatsword. So I gotta crown her skill for this video. I also want to level Candace a little bit up more. So that video will probably be out next week. But anyways, one of my big hopes for 4.0 plus, not necessarily just 4.0, the point being, is just, yeah, more like end game combat. Imagine PvP. I don't really want PvP. I mean, I think it's generally a recipe for bad things in gacha games, I think. Mechanical knowledge, more like artifact luck than depth of your pockets. Not really. Artifact luck, really, the thing that good artifacts do, right? Like most abysses are less about, like, you do have to have like a certain like prerequisite number of artifacts. Like the more artifacts you have, the more flexibility you have, right? In equipping your characters with different things, the better it is. But like, my artifacts aren't like that amazing on this account. Like I honestly have better artifacts on my polearm only account and my weapons only account than my main account here, right? But I'm at the point on my main account where I haven't had to farm for like really good artifacts for a long time. Like I've spent the last 2 months farming these trash, just fucking trash artifacts. This is a bad artifact, so don't farm it. But I farmed it anyways. For various reasons, whatever. It's for the Dia video. I'll talk about it in that video. And point is, like, I cleared the abyss despite the fact that I use like non-optimal things. And yes, I have spent money on the account, but I actively try to not use the things that are just like, wow, that's like, oh, just wailing is what's winning. Like I actively dislike my C6 Yelan and avoid using her C6 ability, and it's because I don't like just speed clearing things in Abyss, and making it too easy on my main account. So no, artifact luck. Well, artifact luck lets you do, right? So, because what Abyss requires, this is what the meta of Genshin is usually they have like specific lineups. Let's just go here. Oh crap! I didn't even finish the daily. Now I have to go back there. What the Abyss requires, right, is specific things to deal with. So every single Abyss, this is an Abyss that's more flexible. The previous Abyss, in particular, with the amount of requirements it wanted, was a much better example. But it's got, right, there's only, even this Abyss though has a lot of specific requirements, and it's more about like having the flexibility in different characters and different team options that you're willing to use to deal with a particular Abyss than it is anything else. And what better artifacts let you do in the context of Abyss is, aka better artifact luck, but it's artifact luck is a matter of statistical inevitability rather than anything. You don't have to have insanely good artifacts. But what better artifacts let you do is let you use teams, right? Because the artifacts can let you know, your teams reach further breakpoints where like worse teams might be able to like say these Doritos, right? The big Dorito and the little Doritos, they have a mechanic where you want to use, you know, Electra on them or whatever. You could, a better team that can just kill things fast can let you not have to engage with the Electra mechanic on these enemies, and therefore better artifacts on, like, say, a Melt team like I was using on my Polearms Only account can just kill these things fast enough where it doesn't matter, right? that's where like better. There we go. Sorry about that. I probably should have disabled that. I know why that happened. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know, whatever. That's an issue that's been happening because I like using new technology, and new technology has problems sometimes. Whoopsies. Fixed it, though. It's fine. Alright. Anyways, what was I saying? So, yeah, Abyss is not fun for most people. I have had fun in Abyss, and I also have very much not had fun in Abyss. But, like, the reason I have fun in Abyss is not because of how the Abyss is structured. It's just because I do enjoy the combat of the game that much. And I would like to see a mode that actively is more fun. and is better at getting people to be interested in the combat of the game. Rather than just, I pull for character because waifu, right? So, anyways. To be clear, don't let me stop you if you just from pulling for a character if you just like them. Genshin is fairly good at releasing balanced characters that are strong enough. More often than not, D is an exception. More often than not, that are strong enough that if you like them, whatever about them, like their personality, like how they function kit-wise. They're not so strong that they're like, oh my god, they're gonna reshape the meta, and you have to usually there's the Nahidas that exist and Kazos that exist that do reshape the like the Spiral Abyss is absolutely designed around the likes of Kazuha and Nahida, and it's annoying as shit. But the important thing is do I not have another daily? Oh, over here. Is this the last daily? I think so. Alright. The important thing is largely what was it speaking about? Bro, I just blanked. Oh, this is morning brain. I mean, well, this is not just morning brain, this is just me brain. Anyways. Someone needs to refresh my brain. My brain was like, wait, where's the dailies? And then I completely started blanking. Oh, I need to go in the church. So, oh yeah, I was talking about, like, Genshin's pretty good about releasing characters that are balanced, is basically what I'm saying. There's exceptions. Dia is pretty bad, but you can still make her work, just, it's a lot harder. And like, the main way to enjoy Dia is to not use her in Abyss. she's perfectly fine without Abyss. Like, it doesn't matter. But anyways, I don't know. Is chat broken for anyone else? If chat is broken, that's definitely on YouTube's end. Just try refreshing the page or whatever. Close the video, reopen it. Close the stream, reopen it. If you have chat in a separate window like I do on my desktop, you can just manually refresh the chat. So, anyways, yeah, they're pretty good at releasing balanced characters, which is a good thing. In the context of a gacha game that we don't like. Star Rail already is having, like, I'm considering kind of like not really doing much more Star Rail. My Star Rail video I released last week was because I needed a lazy video for the week because I didn't want to do a higher effort video. And the point is, Star Rail's already like power creeping. Is what it smells like to me. It just feels heavily like that. I'm still having fun with Star Rail, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So, anyways, talk to Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. Strange bug for everyone. Well, yep, that one is on YouTube's end. That one I claim no fault. The previous stream issue was my fault and not of using AV1 encoding, and I should have just not. But it's fine. I like using AV1 because it makes combat look better, but for a stream like this, it doesn't matter. So I should have turned it off, but that was my bad. But yeah, Genshin, the framework of Genshin is such that power creep is not really an issue, which is a really good thing. So, most characters can be good and made to be functional. But again, like I was just talking about the Spiral Abyss, the meta of Genshin changes based on the Abyss, right? It changes based on the current patch and the things they're running in Abyss. That is the meta of Genshin, as far as combat goes, and whether or not Dia is not good enough to be that usable in some abysses. This is essentially what it comes down to. Like, you're going to have a much harder time using Dia in certain cycles of the Abyss versus other cycles, but even Dia, as bad as she is, can still be made to work, right? But she's also someone who requires more artifact luck, as was mentioned before, because again, the worse your team is, the worse your character is, the more artifacts help. So anyways, Thaylu's done. What a world. Let's go. I think I need these for Sacrificial Greatsword. So point is, I have hopes for 4.0. 4.0 plus. There's a reason I put the plus in the thumbnail. Will they do anything of version 4.0? We'll see. There's many other quality of life features. Did they announce? I think they have a page. By the way, like, I'm gonna go into this page because just in case anyone didn't see it. Let's see. Genshin 4.0 version 4.0 special. I need to find the official Hoyoverse page. I forgot what this page is. You think I would know? Oh yeah, it's just Hoyoverse, Genshin.hoyoverse.com/news. Okay, yeah. So they had the race. This is like some of the highest transparency I've seen from Hoyoverse, by the way, like ever. They're not a very transparent company. But anyways, blam. There we go. So let me move this over a little bit. So okay, hopefully everyone watching can read this. That's not quite. There we go. Okay, so they released a developer discussion thingy, right? Increase artifact limit. Okay. New battle pass weapons. Wow. I forgot they officially announced this. I assume they'll mention this in the stream, but these are things I feel like they're mentioning these in here because they're not going to be in the stream because it's 4.0 and there's things to talk about. Okay, we'll see what banners they are. I think the banners were rumored to be like Zhongli, Yelan, Child, and then new characters, of course. So, Linny. But anyways, artifacts. So, the artifacts are definitely a system that could be improved in Genshin. Did not go into it much. Artifact inventory limit being increased to 1,800. I've never hit this limit. I've always been pretty aggressive with, like, I don't know, maybe I maintain that to like evaluate artifacts based on stat value, and they've done a pretty good job at continuing to release characters that use more stats than just like crit, and therefore that makes certain artifacts, like with 3.0's release, we went from artifacts basically almost always wanting to just be crit, to now some of the best artifacts in the game are the ones that roll heaviest into EM, right? So emblems right here. It just wasn't scroll down. Don't worry about it. I was scaring people by like accidentally be like, nope, there's no emblem in the strong box. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare people. But yeah, this artifact limit being increased to 1,800. It's so weird and arbitrary. The reason I find it kind of weird, I've never encountered the issue, right? Because I'm fairly aggressive with leveling up pieces. Because I think just too many people are not leveling up pieces. They should probably level up at least a little bit, right? And that's why they're encountering that issue of hitting the artifact limit. Where the F is artifacts? Like I have 616. I mean, I've been pretty aggressively leveling up these new artifacts, right? But like I have a whack ton of artifacts that I need, like I'm saving for foddering for emblem strongbox, right? And like I'm out of fodder right now, and I think I was maybe at 1,100. It's not a bad thing that they increase limit, but the number one thing they could do, which is really weird that they don't do, is like they can just like add a system like Star Rail has where you destroy these, right? You take your fodder and you convert it into these thingies. Like I don't understand why they don't just like add a menu for that, right? Like and then this just the artifact limit of 1,500 just is immediately not an issue, right? So I'm saving fodder for the new strongbox. Yeah, you know, I know. Like saving for the new strongbox is the only reason I have even gotten close. Like I think polearms only might have gotten up to like 1300. So like I almost started to encounter the issue, but even then it was just like, okay, I just need to level up some pieces, right? And like you gotta understand, even if you're like, you don't want to like, oh, you're saving it for fodder for like strongbox or whatever. Say you have 1,000 3-star and 4-star artifacts, just feed it into even like an artifact that has like a 90% chance of being trash. Don't take it to level 20 because you're gonna lose so much of the XP. But if you take it to like level 12, like taking an artifact to level 12 will like let's find a piece that's probably gonna be bad, but I have it because it might not be bad, right? Like I don't know. I don't know why I have this piece, right? So like this artifact, I take this to level 12, and just in case it rolls well, I could keep it potentially, but it probably won't because it'd have to entirely roll into ER essentially. But it will take like, you know, 50 plus artifacts, probably like 3-4-star artifacts to get to level 12, and you lose 20% of that XP, yes, but like it's not that much of an issue, in my opinion, as far as like saving the XP to just dump it into a garbage artifact. A garbage artifact that you might want to level up anyways because it might be functional if it rolls entirely ER, right? So, anyways, I don't know. Increasing the artifact limit is like not a bad thing. Point is, because some people do encounter this issue, even though I never have, and I think there is solutions to it by just like leveling your artifacts a little bit more aggressively, like you probably should be. But the problem is like, why is it an issue at all, right? Like, why it just shouldn't be an issue at all, because it's so, they already have a mechanic in the game, a material that just gives you artifact XP, and they, in Star Rail, they literally just have a salvage function where you destroy your fodder and turn it into the equivalent of these in Honkai Star Rail. There's no reason they couldn't do that in Genshin. The only difference is Star Rail has like smaller denominations of these things instead of the 2,500 and 10,000 XP things, so that's maybe why they don't. But like they could easily just make it a requirement, like, oh, you know, to fodder whatever 3-star, 4-star artifacts in Genshin to a 2,500 XP bottle, I have to fodder at least 2,500 XP worth of 3-star things. Duh, right? Whereas in Star Rail, you can fodder literally anything, into the XP material, right? It's like just, and then immediately the artifact space limit doesn't matter like at all, So, I never have enough fodder. Yeah, no, for a long time on my accounts, I never had enough fodder either. I was like constantly buying, you know, there's the shopkeepers, right, that sell like 2-star artifacts. I was constantly like buying out those friggin' shop artifacts every week. Like, so I don't know. It's weird. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the rest of the things. It's weird to me that this is an issue at all because it doesn't have to be, right? That's all it comes down to. So like, this is a nonsense change that doesn't actually fix the fundamental issue, is my point. So, Star Rail also refunds excess XP when you level a relic fully too. Yes, but also Star Rail doesn't have XP doubling, and my god, I did not realize until Star Rail how important that like the small chance of ×2 ×5 is for making artifacts, aka relics in Star Rail, not feel like shit to level up, especially at the max level when it takes a F ton of XP. There's so many characters I have sitting with like level 12 relics in Star Rail because it takes so much XP to get to level 15, and there's no hope of like doubling XP. So yes, retaining your XP past level 15 is good, but also barely matters. So, anyways,
whoever pays the most.
Strongbox, Tenacity being the Strongbox, very good. Host being the Strongbox, very good. Pale Flame being the Strongbox, very good. Ocean Hue Clan being the Strongbox, very good. Vermilion is garbage, doesn't matter. Shimanao, you're probably going to get enough Shimanao artifacts by just farming emblems, so it doesn't really matter that much, but there's some times where you might want just Shimanao artifacts. Let's say if you're playing Wanderer or Hu Tao, in particular. There's not other characters like Yu Shimanao 1 2 for like 4-piece sets, but you know, the 2-piece set is also just generally good as a 2-piece attack. Good that it's in there. Echoes have been offering hot garbage. And then Emblem, of course, is in the Strongbox now. What a world. This is very important for the health of the game. Like, number one change. Like, honestly, of any that change, just Emblem, the Strongbox, is probably the most important thing for the game. Because it means, right, instead of having to farm this domain for emblem, you can farm, you know, whatever new artifacts might be in the game. They're live? How are they live already? It's 4 minutes early. Alright, I guess I'm not going to talk much more. I might talk more about the things they mentioned in the dev post after. But yeah, it means you can expend your resin in like new domain, or you can spend your resin in Gilded Dreams and feed all the crap into emblem, because emblem works on 90% of the characters in the game. And then you can like, yeah, so it's really important that emblem is in the strongbox. I think strongbox can be improved as far as how it functions, but I don't foresee them changing that. So anyway, let's go sit somewhere. Apparently they're live, so, you know, let me make sure the page is open. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, God, why is it so loud? Christ.
And the right people.
Ah!
Whoever controls these three controls everything. But keep your eyes peeled, and you might be able to turn things to your advantage.
It's so loud. The page is not working, I'm sorry. Here we go. Oh, I don't have it. There we go.
In a nutshell,
It's not my fault. They went live early.
2 eyes.
Oh, that's not right. Okay. That was, I think, I assume that was...
fun.
This is the trailer from the thing.
But it's not enough.
Okay.
Let me make something clear. You think of yourselves as magicians, but when you're on the stage, you're first and foremost actors. Good actors hone their craft to mesmerize the whole crowd.
That's... What is happening? Why is there... Oh god. Why do I have a filter set? Whoops. Why do I have a filter set? I'm sorry. That's why it looks jank. I don't know why I have a filter set. Blam. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Whoops. Oh god, I'm Scuffed. Stream started like 7 minutes early than I expected.
Why do I even bother?
But this is fine. It's fine. It's a trailer you already saw. It's fine. Oh god.
Real twist
Alright.
for once.
Please refrain from levity in the court.
Yes. Please
This
refrain.
trial is far from over.
This trial is far from over. I don't know why I had a Luma key set. I'm sorry. I don't know why I had a Luma key set, but it's fine. The program will begin in a minute. Good. I have a minute to talk about other things. Blam. Oh, and now this is all scuffed. Well, this is going to look scuffed because I don't want to fix the Alright. I'm prepared, streamer. It's fine. So, destruction functional artifacts, whatever. Locking of artifacts. Dev team acknowledges locking artifacts. I honestly haven't had that problem this much. I know that it's a potential improvement for managing artifacts, not a bad thing. Notably, equipping of artifacts. So, I think some people, like, when I saw a discussion of this online, right? So, basically, they're acknowledging that equipping artifacts is painful. That's good. Because the reason it's good that they acknowledge that is because, especially since 3.0, we have this situation where characters very often don't work, or they work, sorry, they don't work. They work on different artifact sets for different functions for teams. So, like, I could go over specific options, but I'm not going to go in depth with it right now. Point is, loadouts are an important feature to be added, because right now it's really painful to, like, say, switch Kuki Shinobu onto the different builds I might want for her, depending on the team I have her on, right? Or Kokomi, actually, is a good example. She's currently running. You might use very different artifacts on Kokomi depending on the team. So, hopefully they're putting loadout system in the game that's more than just like what Star Rail has, though, because Star Rail's system of auto-equipping artifacts is hot garbage. What is this? Increase the volume a little bit. I know it's probably gonna be too loud again, but it's fine. What are they doing here? Are those Linny playing cards? Looks like Linny's face on the back of the playing cards. This is a fun start of the stream. I didn't expect this. Yes, he's doing card tricks. Good old sleight of hand. Okay, the smoke effect. It's a unusual hilly trail. Wow.
好久不见，旅行者们，我是你们的老朋友大伟哥。这次依旧是由我来担任原神版本前瞻节目的主持人。旅行者已经在提瓦特大陆上走过了漫长的旅途，和我们一起游历不同的地区，感受那些或悲或喜的故事。现在，旅途的下一个目的地也将要和大家见面了。在过去1年里，为了完整呈现出这个新的舞台，原神项目组经历了相当漫长，但也充满乐趣的开发和制作过程。 有许多的新的想法、新的内容想要分享给大家。今天就请项目组同学为我们揭晓《原神4.0》版本中的全新世界区域——水之国枫丹。让我们跟随版本 PV 开启新的旅途吧。
I have a stream for 30 minutes before this, and I didn't even mention anything about like actually new region things and concerns that I want to see.
I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain.
Actually, they're not really hiding who the Archon is, are they? A little bit different plot structure to Sumeru, which is good.
Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro, and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Okay, some people are really gonna like this personality, some people really are not.
In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
No.
To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. Watch carefully now. Blink and you might miss it.
And straight into Lenny. Alright. I'd like to see them show not just characters right away for full finale, but because characters is just like they're just adding new characters, right? To be clear, there's
step right up.
One.
And over here is my sister Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant.
Fantastic.
Ta-da!
They show her doing normal attack.
Step on up!
Wow.
Let the magic begin!
Here comes the finale.
Yeah, Liddy's animations are fantastic. I don't think I'm gonna pull her, but animation quality definitely feels better already. I feel like Fontaine is brighter and less blue than I expected for some reason. Hey, look, it's a crab.
I want to spend some time at the bottom of the sea in peace.
That'd be neat.
Getting gear!
He's using the bell. Don't use the bell on this character for the love of everything, please. It's not how he functions.
If you look up at the sky from far enough underwater, even the sun is soft on the ice. These fossils are all that's left of these beautiful creatures. I wonder how long before the rest of the world becomes part of this underwater museum, too.
What you want to bet they had a character that specifically has an exploration ability that makes underwater exploration less painful and not annoying?
Wait. Who am I?
I haven't seen what these bosses look like before. I think these are the bosses that have a mechanic where you choose which boss you want to fight.
It won't be long before it swallows us.
I'm curious if they're
We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately?
Wait, what has
Rain.
consciousness?
It's raining.
We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
Is this part of the show?
You gotta be kidding!
Lynette is dead.
Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know and seek the protection of the guards.
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. I believe this is indeed the finale.
She's holding
Your
iron
so-called
sting.
justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people.
In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear.
Child. Hold a child. Was Navia holding a claymore? Oh no.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine.
Falling apart.
What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Yeah, Captain R being a sword user is, I don't know, is fairly generic. Yay, Captain R holds a sword. Alright, light falls without reason. Yay.
为了给全球的旅行者在提瓦特大陆的冒险带来更多新鲜、有趣的体验，几年来，我们原神制作团队的每一位同学啊，都在不断的钻研与努力，不仅是为了在原有玩法的基础上迭代与优化，还是为了持续平稳的创造出全新的玩法与内容。我们也期待在原神的不同阶段啊，都能够带给玩家耳目一新的感觉。相信屏幕前的大家也十分的好奇与期待，在新的这个世界区域枫丹，我们会收获哪些与以往完全不同的体验呢？所以今天呢，我们也邀请到大家老朋友，项目组的战斗设计师鸡哥啊，为大家分享4.0版本的全新内容。
旅行者们大家好，也很感谢这一次大伟哥的邀请啊。这次能够跟大伟哥一起在4.0版本的前瞻节目与大家再次见面。那刚才大伟哥提到了原神的制作团队在内容创新上，做出了很多努力。这其实是一个之前啊很少跟大家直接提及的一个话题。从3.0版本开始呢，我们就计划在每一个年度的大版本里，都给玩家去呈现一些完全不同于之前版本的内容。那在枫丹的话呢，其中比较重要的一块就是水下区域的探索了。
之前在3.8版本的这个前瞻节目中啊，我们就已经知道了潜水是枫丹地区特有的全新玩法。没错，那相信玩家朋友们也是期待已久。那么话不多说，作为今天节目开始的这个重头戏啊，我们就先请鸡哥啊带领我们在枫丹的水下体验一番吧。好的。那么当玩家来到枫丹之后呢，经过一个简单的引导，就可以在枫丹的水下自由探索了。那这一次呀，我们为原神中所有的角色都新增了一套水下的动作。那大家也可以自由选择自己喜欢的角色在水下游玩。为了保证呢玩家在水下探索的一个流畅性，我们这一次没有在枫丹的水下做类似氧气条这样的一些设计啊，是因为考虑到呢，像氧气条这种设计，在常规的情况下，主要是被用于限制水下的行动时间，来增加玩家的一个紧迫感啊。但是枫丹的水下区域它没有这样一个设计目的啊，所以基于同样的原因啊，我们在枫丹其实也在允许玩家下潜自由探索的水域取消了在这些水域上的消耗体力的限制，也就是说，玩家可以自由的在这部分区域畅游了。在水下也是存在冲刺的，冲刺呢会消耗水下特有的体力，不过水下体力条的长度不需要额外解锁。水下也会存在相当多的复苏水团，靠近这些鱼群呢，可以恢复旅行者的水下体力和生命值。除了自由的潜泳以外，我们在水下也提供了一种快速的长途移动的方式，叫做洋流。在洋流当中呢，玩家会朝着目的地快速的移动。移动期间，玩家也可以在洋流中自由的调整位置和视角，观看沿途的风景。其实是一个观光的一个好办法。除此之外，我们还在设计枫丹水下的时候呀，总觉得这个枫丹的水体啊，它应该有一些更奇异的特性，所以我们也设计了一些比较特殊的水体啊，它们是完全悬浮在空中的，那玩家也可以设法从各个角度去进入这些水体，获取一些特殊的宝藏，或者直接把它们当做一种捷径来使用。那既然有特殊的水体呢，自然也会有特殊的水底陆上区域。那枫丹的水下也有大量的被水体包裹着的陆上区域来供大家探索啊，我们特意的把这些区域啊设计的相对的比较通畅，比较宽敞，请大家也不用担心在其中探索会迷路。 看来枫丹这个水下世界啊，远比我想象的要更加丰富有趣啊！我已经迫不及待的想要亲自去体验了。
我也是。
话说回来啊，我们知道这个新内容的这个诞生啊，往往也面临着这个相当大的压力与这个阻力啊。不知道这个原神的研发团队是怎么克服的呢？所以我们今天啊，也想请鸡哥和我们聊聊这个枫丹水下的这个创作历程与创作思路。
好的，
on a
那
mechanical
这部
level,
分内
you'll
容呢，
recognize
我可以
it's
从
water
战斗设计师的
after
角度跟大家去
encountering
聊
it
一聊
once, but
一般来说啊，原神的版本内容规划我们都启动的比较早，像潜水这种年度的规划就可能会更早了。不夸张的说啊，初次提及类似的想法，大概已经是2年前了。
哎，那真的是从很早很早就开始筹备了啊。
没错。
哎，那么我想问问看鸡哥啊，最早咱们想要做提瓦特的水下，是出于什么样的这个目的呢？
最初的这个想法其实挺简单的，就是觉得开放世界嘛，它没有水下探索，就总感觉少了点什么。那当然了，我们理性的来看这个问题啊，为了做而做，其实是比较盲目的一个决定。所以呢，从那以后的1年，其实我们做了很多事情去权衡和规划，怎样去做到水下的内容品质能够符合标准，还能做得有趣，还要有记忆点，而不是单纯的作为一个陆上体验的这么一个水下版本。所以最后呢，我们选择了一个对玩家和对团队其实都能接受的一个方案，就是在未来的枫丹的年度版本里面，我们把水下作为一个枫丹的核心内容之一，以最大的设计精力和人力进行投入，来创作一个全新的、比较有可玩性的这样的一个水下世界。
哎，我其实有点这个好奇啊，这个枫丹的水下和陆地的这个占比啊，大概是个什么样的这个比例呢？
既然是枫丹的核心内容之一啊，我们认为水下在枫丹区域占的比例，至少在大世界探索这个维度上，要和陆地5开才足够。实际上呢，可能随着版本的开放节奏，这个比例会有些出入，但大抵是达到了这样一个预期。
It will stay around the 50-50 ratio.
我问看鸡哥啊，我们水下这个玩法它具体是怎么做出来的？在这个制作的过程中，我猜应该遇到了不少棘手的难题吧？
那这个问题啊，大伟哥是问到点子上了，这个问题可多了。不过今天这个节目时间有限啊，我们就挑几个比较重要的问题去聊一聊。在设计水下内容的过程中，我们从自己过去的设计以及这些年尝试过水下内容的其他游戏身上，都吸取了很多的经验和教训。第一个问题呢是氛围的营造，水下作为原神地图的一部分，我们也希望吸引尽可能多的玩家去探索，所以必须考虑到大众玩家的一个舒适度问题。有些产品或者包括我们自己做设计的时候，都会为了呈现特定的体验，刻意突出一个地区负面压抑的部分那这种设计确实能表达出有特点的内容，但这是以牺牲玩家体验为代价的。在枫丹水下的设计预期中呢，我们不太希望出现这样的情况。所以枫丹绝大部分的水下内容的呈现效果都非常通透，玩家可以时刻观察到海面上投下的光线，水底的光源也十分充足。大部分的水底植被、采集物，乃至有一些被称为远海异种的生物，它们都会以相对明亮的色彩进行呈现。那这样的设计呢，不代表说我们牺牲了水下设计的品质来换取受众啊。相反，它其实是让一些好玩、好看的设计更容易呈现了，最终呢，让水下区域的整体品质是提高的。第二个问题呢是视角的设计。原神的陆上体验是锁定俯仰角的，就是说不管如何运动，玩家的视角始终是相对平稳的，那角色更不会前倾和后仰。但水底不一样，那比起陆上，我们解放了俯仰角这个旋转轴，那玩家可能光是为了找回正方向，他就要花很大的力气。那更常见的就是晕3D 这种现象了。为此我们做了很多细节的调整，比如说我们调整了相机的视距和广角参数，来加大了水下视角移动时的缓动的效果。不过这不会影响玩家在水下瞄准时的效果，主要目的是尽量保证玩家的视野稳定，避免眩晕。那与此同时，我们也设置了一些回正按键，通过水底的气泡等动态表现，时刻提醒玩家垂直正方向的角度。那在关卡设计上，我们也尽量减少玩家在同一个地点通过上升、下潜来交互多个对象的环节。第三个问题是关卡内容的规划。即便缓解了俯仰角带来的操作问题，我们还面临更大的挑战，那就是水中的内容设计啊，比起陆上要复杂许多。大伟哥，你想在陆地上大片的蓝天白云，你并不会觉得违和，但是在水下，只要有大面积的留白，就很容易让人觉得很空洞，或者产生恐惧。所以，一个理论上可以任意上浮和下潜的区域，如果在连续10米的纵深上都没有内容设计，玩家就会觉得我们偷懒了。
having a separate control for going up down, like they have left control for down, space for go up. It seems like
同时还要控制内容量，确实比在陆地上要难很多。最
just doesn't feel good, generally speaking. And that's why they have mechanics. It's the laziest way to do underwater exploration, in my opinion. Or sorry, not just underwater. It's the laziest way to do any kind of navigating in 3D space where you have full access to going up and down, right? And it doesn't feel good in games, generally speaking, because having to use that separate button just doesn't feel that good. And because of that, that's why they implemented things like the water rings that push you forward in a line. That's why they just mentioned things like we don't want players to have to go up and down too much, even though the whole point of like what's inventive about it is that you can go up and down, but we're like, we acknowledge that's actually bad by making it, trying to design it so you don't have to do that, because otherwise actually players would notice it feels bad.
根据它的生态特征，我们设计了一种近似于盾牌的能力。玩家可以通过长按来发动格挡效果。
The solution, by the way, to this kind of navigation is to add novel mechanics that actually Tears of the Kingdom adds a novel mechanic dealing with 3D navigation, 3x navigation by being able to ascend in a very specific way. Subnautica solves it by being physics-based, by, you don't have a control that goes up and down. You only like go the direction you're pointing, because you like having a little mechanical thing that's like propelling you. Like,
荒性和盲性的时机力相遇的时候，会触发页面产生能量。那枫丹人其实就是利用了这个特性，为城市里的各种设备功能，当然也包括大家在街上看到的那些机器人。拥有神之眼的枫丹角色们呢，也会根据自身带有的时机力特性，在战斗当中触发对应性质的追击效果。
Yeah, this is the Numia and Osea thing that they're mentioning right now, I believe. Basically, without naming it. We did not make it like an elemental system. We just made it so that we can artificially force people to pull for 4.0 characters to not be miserable in Spiral Abyss during 4.0 patches. Sorry for being pessimistic about that, but like they literally just said that like we didn't implement this to be an inventive game kind of like the elemental system. And instead it's just a thing that interacts with individual enemies. And it reeks of they're just doing this as a really artificial way to make people feel like they need to pull 4.0 characters.
亲自去 4.0 枫丹版本体验一下枫丹地区的全新玩法。那更多的内容呢，我就不在这里剧透了。
哎，今天和这个鸡哥聊完啊，甚至觉得感觉有点热血啊。
Not only do they not justify its existence, they just anti-justify its existence by saying we literally didn't put mechanical thought into it. It's just the thing that we included because we're trying to use as a selling point that is not actually a selling point.
我们团队的成员大多数也都是原神的深度玩家。
On a combat level, my point is, like I was talking about the Spiral Abyss before the stream started. Negative is because they seem to be going, instead of going the direction of putting thought into making combat more enjoyable, they're making things more annoying and more restrictive in the context of something like Spiral Abyss.
毕竟这样才对得起大家这些年的陪伴嘛。
And then in the context of exploration, it's just like, yay, now I have to, now when I'm in Fontaine, if I want to do Fontaine exploration, I have to have Fontaine characters just to explore Fontaine. Annoying as shit. Annoying. Like, especially when it's just slow and annoying to switch to different characters. Hey look, free Primogems. When it's slow, what is with this preview they're doing? When it's slow and annoying to switch to different characters, right? Like, having to be in different area already, it's annoying when you have to like switch to different elemental requirements all around the world for exploration. It's really annoying. Wow, an ad. So them introducing another mechanic, like now what are they announcing, like Genshin's gonna have reduced download size for mobile or something? Yeah, point is like I don't know. Oh, that was a weird snap cut. You see the sky changing? What is this app?
Thank you.
So yeah, having Numia and Osea as an exploration mechanic is extraordinarily annoying too. That's all. Want me to put the live stream codes and announcements when the stream is done? Yeah, feel free, Sylveon. Would be appreciated. But you're gonna jump in the sewers, dude? Is this what exploration of Fontaine is going to be? Jumping in sewers? And for some reason they're going to be really clean. Does Genshin download in the background on mobile, by the way? Like, phones tend to, like, shut down background processes after they're just sitting in the background too long, and it won't just, like... I'd assume it probably, if you leave Genshin running in the background, downloading it works fine, but... I also wouldn't be surprised if it has a problem with, like, not downloading properly. But yeah, the real question is, will Genshin Impact 4.0 on mobile fit on a 64GB phone? Look at all these people on this bus. Is this what buses in France look like? Any of my viewers live in France? Is this what people all the people on buses look like this? It does download in the background on mobile? Okay, that's good. I figured it did, but... You have to jump back in every few minutes? Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, see, that's the problem. See, that's annoying as shit. So you have to jump back in. So, yeah, I think it depends on the phone a little bit, yeah, because some phones are more aggressive with culling background processes. It can fit with plenty of lag, but storage size is not a problem with lag. But, like, I have an iPhone that I have used, and not really using anymore, for Genshin on mobile when I'm, like, not at home, before. And it... Okay, sorry, misadvertising this. Skip the verifying file integrity point there. They showed the download finishing, and then they showed someone going home to play Genshin Impact 4.0. You can, like, if you're on a phone, isn't the point to play it not at home? Anyway, sorry.
旅行者们，欢迎回来。那么接下来啊，让我们有请
I have barely anything installed in that iPhone. It's a 64GB iPhone because I don't use it for anything. It's just an iPhone I have in case I want a thing for iPhones because there's certain applications I might want an iPhone.
现在我们都知道啊，枫丹是水之国，
I have an
水上和
iPhone,
水下的风
so I got
光
it for
都非
very
常美
cheap.
丽。那我们要怎么到达这个
And
土
I
地
have
呢
it.？
难道这次
I
也要
use
坐
it for
船？
Genshin.
没
But
错
like,。
对于在之前探索过须弥地区的旅行者来说呢，
It's
只要
just-
跟
it's
随我们
just-
主线的步伐，就能轻松的抵达海陆港，乘坐全提瓦特独一
Hey,
无二
look,
的
it's a
交通工具
thing.
巡轨船，前往枫丹国最重要的城市枫丹亭了。
They literally have a
当
rail.
然呢，为
They
了
have a
帮助大
train.
家顺畅便捷的进行旅行，对于还没有开
People
拓
didn't
沙
like
漠
having
地
to
区
walk
版
to
图的
some
朋友
areas,
呢，
so we
我们
decided
也
to
准
put
备
in a
了其他的
train.
方案。我们理解
But
就
anyways,
是
I don't
刚进
know.
入
I honestly don't
不
know.
久
My
的旅
point
行
is,
者
like, I don't
可
know
能
if
需要跋涉很
4.0
远
will
才能到
fit
达枫丹。
on my
因此呢，
fucking
在4.0版本
64GB
更新
phone.
之后，对于所有完成魔神任务序章第3幕《巨龙与自由之歌》的旅行者，地图上须弥弗罗右这个靠近枫丹的传送点就会自动解锁，大家就可以借助它快速的来到枫丹
Yeah,
边界。
yeah. You're gonna make a teleport point unlock
看起来就
automatically.
比我
That's
想
fine.
象的
Cool.
厉害。那枫丹的技术力啊，果然不一般，而且还有好几条线路啊。
You can tell a funny story behind it.
是
Funny
的
story behind what?
枫丹水道呢，一共有3条线路，连接海陆港和总站的克莱门汀线，通往伊犁耶岛的纳维亚线，以及原本通往枫丹动能工程科学研究院方向的卡雷斯线。那么在巡轨船上呢，大家能够极目远眺，将周边的美景呢尽收眼底，还能听到我们可爱的小导
I
游
am never
对于
going
沿
to
途
use
的地
this.
标和枫丹一些特有的风土人情的
I
介
am
绍。
never going to
又
use
是游
this.
船又有导游啊，突然就有了一种放慢节奏啊，舒舒服服
It
享受旅游
looks
的
way
感觉
too
啊。
slow.
哎，我刚才注意到啊，我们的导游
Sorry,
朋
what
友
the
好像
what
找
the
的
F is the
人类
point of
不
a
太一
train
样
that walks that I swear to God that looks like it's slower than
美
walking.
露星，他们原本生活在与世
What
隔
is the
绝的
point?
村落当中，尽管他们外表看起来都是小个子，连手脚都短短的，但是呢，他们拥有
Yeah,
着一
yeah,
种
we know,
与生俱
Mahoyo.
来
This
的
is
特殊
your
视
R&R
觉，
quest. We
能
get
够
it.
看见人类难以观察到的东西，所以更加容易找到坏人的线索。也是出于这个原因呢，竹影亭的雇员现在大多都是美露星。
竹影亭，我还是第一次听到这个名字。
对，这是
Like I'm legit going to walk on the
特
railway
别行政机构
on that thing.
那么枫丹
Why?
的组织架构如果要在这里展开的话，还挺复杂的，可能具体
I
的
don't
细节呢，
understand.
就留待各位旅行
For
者进行探
aesthetics,
索。
yeah, I guess.
说到最高审判官啊，在枫丹这个以正
He looks
义
a blue
与
boy.
审判为主题的国度，他似乎是一位无论从存在感还是地位来
I like
说
his hair.
都很强的人物啊。我记得在须弥主线的最后，小草神纳西达也提到过他，还提到枫丹的运转建立在一套
Why does the
正义的
train not
审判体
train?
系之上。对这种说法，我还是挺纳闷的。
These people live in China. Do they know how
这
trains
就要
work?
从我们
I'd assume they know how trains work. Like most Americans don't. Like maybe the train just goes slow in America because they want to like poke fun at Americans not having access to trains. But like, why does the Chinese game company? 99% of the population probably knows a lot about trains. And like legit, they want people's first experience of 4.0 to be teleport to the new area with waypoint automatically unlocks and take a train that moves slower than the walking speed. Energy sources, story things. Okay, I don't care about them saying story things right now because I'd rather experience it in game. Yeah, magic energy juice powers things in this. Cool. Energy is generated during the process of judgment. What? Okay, weird. That's interesting on a story level. They can do very interesting things with that idea.
这是主要的原因。另一方面呢，枫丹的审判可能并不像大伟哥此前设想的那么严肃。这有审判庭名为欧毕克莱歌剧院，就可以
actually a ferry, a traveling boat for a kind of what?
枫丹最重要的公众活动，但这个行为呢，同时也被普遍化和
I know it's not technically a train. That's not my point.
众生皆灵忧。
My point is, what is the point on a mechanical level of adding a rail, right? And then adding a thing that moves along the rail, like, oh, it's water instead of being a train on train tracks. Ooh, it's still a rail with a thing that goes on the fixed line, right? And to move you. It's a train. It's a ferry that operates like a train, and it moves at the speed of molasses. So to be clear, they might have set it to be slower for the purpose of the stream. They could have done something custom like that, but if that was a representation of how slow it actually moves, what is the point? I would legit just rather walk along the railway.
魔术师啊，感觉很神秘啊，也不知道去哪里才能看到他们的演出呢？
在枫丹的魔神任务第一幕《白鹿与黑潮》的叙事中，林尼与林尼特将首次登上欧毕克莱歌剧院的舞台，在旅行者面前掀开盛大演出的帷幕。敬请各位玩家朋友期待。
I imagine. So who's?
我推荐的地点就是枫丹的德波大饭店。那里的老板经常会邀请艺术家到餐厅里面进行演出。
So is Dia, right? So is Navia coming later in 4.0 patches or earlier? I'm gonna bet later. I'm gonna bet, like, by earlier I mean like she could theoretically show up in like 4.3, right?
和意外性之外呢，更多仰赖的还是大魔术师林尼他的个人魅力吧。身为魔术表演者的林尼，就像观众一样追求着新鲜感。在声名确实之后呢，他也从未安于现状，而是不断精进自己的技术，创造更为新颖、更加夺人眼球的魔术。另一方面呢，林尼也十分擅长营造演出氛围，往往会在情绪层层铺垫之后，选取恰当的时机，最终呢就引爆惊喜的礼花。旅行者们呢，也可以在4.0版本中通过体验林尼的传说任务《被遗忘的怪盗》。 了解更多关于他的故事。
他笑起来的样子啊，真是充满了自信的魅
She's the next Dia you'll see me on the news. Yeah, I mean, she's Geo and Claymore and has been rumored to be Standard Banner.
林尼呢是一位运用火元素的弓箭角色。
She's gonna be worse than C6
他往往会发射影锯魔术剑对准敌人，召唤一柄能够嘲讽周围敌人的怪笑猫猫猫，并选取时机将它引爆，造成伤害。 而元素爆发大魔术灵迹巡游，则能让它化形为快速移动怪笑冒冒猫，降下华丽焰火，引爆灿烂的礼花。它有一个固有天赋，叫做锁水观察术，还能帮助大家在小地图上标记出附近枫丹区域特产的位置。
Hey, look, plants in this region. What a weird novel mechanic.
是的，怪笑猫猫猫和怪笑冒冒猫是两种不同的魔术道具。
哎，那作为林尼的妹妹林尼特，是不是同样身怀绝技？
没错。身为魔术助手，同时也是舞台上最接近魔术师的人。林尼特同样有着高超的魔术造诣，兄妹两人往往一起一位吸引观众的注意，另一位呢在背后完成手法，彼此轮转，依靠天衣无缝的配合，呈现出精彩的演出。但从性格上来说，林尼特要低调，恬静得多。
This is the first time they've chosen to showcase a new character with co-op.
避开人们的关注，看起来呢总是在发呆。
co-op is definitely a thing that could be stand to be improved in this game.
实际上，林尼特拥有非常敏锐的观察力，
basically pointless, and in my opinion, it's false advertising.
捕捉到了很多关键的信息。
一个在明，一个在暗，这种台上台下的默契，真的让人很羡慕。
在战斗中呢，林尼特能够以迷身引导的姿态疾走。 并向标记到的敌人击出
，notably, she does not. From what I remember, she does not gain
能够
stamina.
变出巨大的惊奇猫猫核，嘲讽并对周围的敌人造成风元素伤害。
Unlike Yolon, which is a dick
还能和
move.
其他元素产生互动，不愧是
But
魔术
her
助手
animations are really good.
这点
I like the net.
虽然低调，但也很
She's
专业。
probably not. She's not going to be Sucrose
我记得
Kazo
他们
tier
还有一
for
位名
obvious
叫菲
reasons
米尼
as
的
an
弟弟
anime,
是吧
but
好像是个厉害的潜水
she
员。
seems generically
没错
useful and
跟哥哥姐姐不同的是，菲米尼她并不喜欢抛头露面的场合。 他呢有意识地拉开了自己和灯光还有人群的距离，喜欢在独属于他的海底畅游和水下生物作伴，也喜欢阅读童话故事，或者呢在夜深人静的时候，全身心地沉浸在拆解和维修小型机械之中。当然，这里面有一部分是被林尼特不小心弄坏的。
哎，听着是一个心地纯真的男孩，
有点
内向。
这一部分呢也与他的成长经历比较息息相关。好在生活当中呢，林尼与林尼特对他很是照顾。 他还有一只陪伴在身边的发条企鹅，名字叫佩伊。在战斗中，菲米尼能够通过元素战绩、伏兵增压进入佩伊克制状态，并根据压力阶级进行不同的攻击。而当菲米尼使用元素爆发之后，元素战绩还将得到更进一步的强化。
既然菲米尼是一位潜水员，
A weird way to describe a mechanically interesting character.
没
Feels
错。
like
当
they
菲米
didn't
尼
want
在
to
队伍中的时候呢，队伍里自己的角色水中耐力消耗将降低35%，的确能够帮助各位旅行者呀更高效的去进行水上冒险。
weird. Okay.
This is no time for distractions.
They
Seriously,
really
you have
didn't
a great magician standing right here.
give the interesting
You don't want to
aspects
miss
of
the
Freminette
best
justice
part,
there.
do you?
They didn't dirty because they don't think Freminette's going to make them money. He doesn't have the animation flashiness to trick most of the player base into watching or pulling from.
Now disappear. Let's get this show on the road.
You got great animations, really funny bursts like it.
Seems Lenny is saying some strange things again. It's really worrying.
Hey, look, she's holding a new weapon. I wonder if it's an HP % sword. It's not.
Surprise! Let the magic begin!
Here
Lynette's
comes the
burst, by the
finale.
way, is really disappointing.
It's easy to fix a machine when you know how it's built and how it works.
It's fine.
But people...
It's better than Hydro Traveler's first. They
They're
haven't
much
mentioned
more
Hydro Traveler
difficult.
yet. See how they justify Hydro Traveler.
Pair! Commencing cleanup!
You know what? Freminette gives me hope for Navia, okay? I'm gonna hold out hope that Navia's not gonna beat that. Details the event wishes. So is it Yolon and Linny first half? Zhongli Child second half?
在4.0
See
版
if
本
it's
第一
true.
阶段，林尼和叶
I'd be
兰
down for
都将迎来概
surprise.
率 up。
No,
林尼
okay.
特将会出现在同期
Yeah,
的
okay,
两
so
个活动
nothing-
起源中，
nothing
并提升
unexpected.
获取概率。
Alright.
而下半期呢，则将迎来
Alright,
中
literally
立和
nothing
达达利亚
unexpected.
的
Alright
复刻
then.。
同时菲米尼的获取概率也将大幅度的提升。
还没来得及把老
I
朋友
don't
们
think
拉
I
进
really
队伍
want
旅行
Freminette
者
just to
也要
mess
抓
with,
紧
but
机
I
会
don't
了
think I'm gonna pull from. I
此外呢，
really
全
don't
新
want
的
to
武
lose my
器
guarantee
弓
to
箭
Zhongli or
最初
Child
的
in
大
main
魔
account.
术也将会在武器活动起源中出现。
对了，先前在看版本 PV 的时候啊，我已经留意到了几
That
张
bow,
新
by the way,
面
gives a
孔，比
stupid
如
amount
那
of
位有一
stats
头黄色长发的纳维亚
when
小
in
姐。
the right
没记
team.
错的话，有一条水道线路就是以她的名字命
So
名
it's
的，
it's
对吧？
relatively
大伟
niche,
哥很
but
敏锐
in the
没错，
team
纳维
the
亚
characters
是
that
四
works
美
on
会
it,
的现任会长。
disgusting.
身为大小姐的她，性格乐观，待人热络，行事作风更是相当不拘一格。
They're discussing
在
Navia
4.0 版
right
本的
away.
魔神任务
Okay.
中，我们将与她共同行动，追查一起重要的案件。 我们还将认识身手不凡的决斗代理人特洛
I still call her
林格。
Captain Arm.
他不仅
Sorry.
是公子达达利亚渴望去切磋过招的对手，
How does she
也
use
和
her
纳
gun
维
in
亚之
combat?
间
That's
有
what I
着某
want.
种复杂的联系。
I'm not super.
至于严肃公正的最高审判官纳维莱特，大伟哥刚刚就很在意的性格跳脱的水神弗琳娜，还有提前和大家见过面，到处追求着大新闻的蒸汽鸟报记者夏洛蒂，都将在4.0版本的魔神任务中登场。除了上述提到的新角色之外呢，我们在序曲 PV 至周末的花宴中出场的其他人物呢，也将在后续版本中陆续与大家见面。
哦，那我可要坐不住了啊！这次也是连续3个
I
版本。
really don't want Zhongli or Child on my main account. I have zero interest on
故事
them
将从 4.0 贯穿到 4.2， 希望玩家朋友们可以在枫丹度过一段难忘的旅途。
4.0 to 4.2, no surprise.
已经是我们
Normal
旅行去
structure.
往的第5个国家了。每次打开地图看的时候啊，我都感到旅途还真是走得挺远的。
对呀，对于我们制作团队来说，能走那么远，真的离不开每一位旅行者一路以来的认可、支持和陪伴。拿我们自己来说的话，原神的 IP 团队从无到有，自2018年以独立团队成立，写下风之歌以来，一直秉承着一种不变的信念。我们希望能为玩家献上一个足够壮大，让大家沉浸其中的崭新的幻想世界。希望能创作出并呈现一位位性格各异、特色鲜明的角色，让这个世界中的每一段旅途都充满趣味。我们希望旅行者们能够不断地邂逅新的故事和伙伴，与那些值得信赖的人们并肩展开冒险，去收获更多的快乐和回忆。我们原神 IP 团队从零开始，一步步构建出如今的世界观，今后也会继续在此基础上不断地去发展，力求进步，力求为大家献上更多优秀和感人的故事。旅行者的足迹，勾勒地图的过程，实际上也是我们递交给玩家的一份份答卷。
谢谢小老同学真情实意的分享，让我也对枫丹乃至提瓦特大陆上后续发生的故事都充满了期待。那么就请大家稍事休息，那稍后呢还会有场景美术和战斗设计师同学为我们带来枫丹场景生态和怪物的分享，精彩继续哦。
Hey, look at code. On weapons only, the weapon banner is just bad for weapons only, because we don't need a lot of bows. Especially DPS bows. Elegy at the end, interested. DPS bows, after having Aqua already, to be clear. So, you know. And then Vortex Vanquisher and Polar Star. Hey, another DPS bow. Yay, bow impact. And then Vortex Vanquisher. No. And none of those are polearms, so not wishing on polearms only. And then I'm a bandit. I just mentioned my reasons, so yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Nuvilet, I might go for my main account. Really, that's the blue boy, in the middle of the picture there. We'll see though. We'll see though. How long will be mine in 4.0, even though I'm broke as hell? Good luck.
都说一方水土养一方人，在了解完枫丹的角色与剧情后啊，其实我对于枫丹的地图也非常的好奇，到底是什么样的国度能孕育出这些有趣的人物和故事？那么接下来啊，就请我们的场景美术阿泽、战斗设计师林斌为我们分享枫丹地区的地貌、生态吧。
旅行者们好，又和大家见面了。我是原神的场景美术阿泽，很荣幸能够为大家讲解枫丹这个新地区的场景设计理念。
旅行者们好，很高兴能够来到今天的节目现场。
No，
我是战斗设计师林斌，今天也会着重为大家介绍枫丹地区的新怪物与新生物。
我想先问问阿泽啊，我们都知道在提瓦特啊，不同的地区都有自己独特的美术气质，那么枫丹地区啊，整体上呈现出哪种感觉呢？
我们在设计枫丹的时候，整体的美术其实是想表达清新、优雅、精致的感觉。
I mean, Liyue's Archon Quest is go on a date with Zhongli for half the fucking quest.
其中最具特色也是投入精力最多的是板块
having done the Liyue Archon Quest multiple times, it didn't feel that bad to me the first time I did it, but it's not very good.
其实啊，在我们第一次来到枫丹的时候，就能够马上看到这个奇观了。在某种神秘力量的影响下，整个枫丹的板块都被抬升了起来，与提瓦特其他地区形成了巨大的落差。也正是因为这个原因，让我们的枫丹形成了这种连绵几千米、高300多米的巨型瀑布，看起来非常。
No, I'm just gonna be stubborn. I ain't using this train. Fairy, don't care what you want to call it.
在设定上也是有一些故事的。
It's a thing that's on a rail that moves you from point A to point B. It's a train. I refuse to use it. I refuse on principle of it failing at being a train.
那这部分可以详细讲讲吗？
好的。 比如板块抬升之后，枫丹和其他地区的海平面就不在同一个高度了。那么连接这些地区，它们之间的逻辑是需要更加合理一些的。再比如这么大这么长的瀑布，其实要做好是需要非常多的美术细节的。这些对性能都是一个极大的挑战。以及大家或多或少都知道，水的渲染层级问题一直是业内的一个技术挑战。
哎，那这么高的瀑布啊，我们怎么上去呀？
那自然不会让旅行者们爬上去的。其实大家可以乘坐一种特殊的升降机，它可以带领旅行者登上瀑布。
原来如此啊，能看出大家在制作的过程中考虑得非常周全。
是的，所以我们也真诚的希望旅行者们能够喜欢。接下来我们一起来看一看芬兰的自然风貌和人文建筑吧。
哦，我正好也想了解这些呢。哎，我们在做自然风貌与人文建筑设计的时候，是会去采风，还是会做一些有趣的研究吗？
是的，我们先聊聊自然风貌部分吧。在设计的时候，我们会从欧洲，特别是法国地区抓取一些灵感。比如在山体上吸收了部分阿尔卑斯山脉的特征，植被我们也寻找了很多当地特色的植被作为参考。不过这里不得不提一下，植被设计的时候对我们造成了一些困扰。因为枫丹的灵感来源是欧洲嘛，在蒙德的时候，其实我们已经做过类似的表达。由于地区相近，本身的植被生态呢也非常的相似，所以说如何做出枫丹特色，对我们来说是一个挑战。
哎，明白了，其实就是要自我超越啊。那么最终这个难点是怎么克服的呢？
后来项目
I like this format. I would say more, by the way, than their normal format for streams, which largely feel like advertisement. This at least is a glance into like how they're developing the game in some minor way. So I like this a lot more still, by the way, than the fact that I'm being silent means I'm paying more attention to it.
确实，除了自然风貌，芬兰的人文建筑同样是一次非常大胆的尝试。
Even though it's very much they've only saying the things that they want to market, basically, it's still more of a glance into the actual development of the game than what these live streams normally are, these version streams. So something I like it slightly more. I know a lot of people like the format of like the voice actors talking together, but it's always just felt like marketing to me. And like, yay, let's wake up early and watch a 30-minute advertisement for the next Genshin version, and they basically talk about for 10 minutes the same events rehashed in some way for the 20th time.
还有可爱、神秘，连烟囱都冒着泡泡的海默村，以及忧郁凄美、
all the underwater areas are very pretty.
也许你在世界的某个地方还能见到这座温馨精致的庭院，一旁的向日葵会和你一起享受
the side quest locked in particular? Are they side quest locked?
就是以这座枫丹庭院为原型的呀。
确实，在惊险刺激的探险之余，也存在着这样的地方
my favorite streams, yeah. So
they
didn't do this for 3.0, did they? I don't remember what the 3.0 stream was like.
哎，阿泽多次聊了很多齿轮啊、机械啊之类的内容，我想这应该是枫丹的特色之一吧。我们好像在之前的前瞻节目中也有看到过一些机械卫兵。
确实，旅行者们在枫丹各处漫步的过程中，时不时会遇到一些有着精密结构的机械装置，它们由枫丹人制造，用于进行生产和守卫的工作。这些机械装置统称为发条机关。
And would have liked to see more, I think, in the overworld area. Like, they went very steampunk with the enemy design, but then, like, the overworld is not very steampunk. And it's kind of weird, like, it kind of clashes, I feel like. The architecture there is interesting. But, like, why are only the enemies steampunky, right? Like, where's the steampunky, like, types? Like, Arcane, to be clear, Arcane is, like, of a different tier. Sorry. Toyoverse, but like they're restricted by different things. It's different medium. But like, so Arcane is like probably bad, but like Arcane, I feel like does really well with they did do this for 3.0. Okay, I just didn't remember it all. So basically, 0.0 streams are the only good Genshin Impact special program, whatever streams. Anyways, the new boss, yeah. It's weird to me that the robot-y steampunkiness is only in enemies, essentially. Like all the overworld stuff doesn't look very steampunky here. In fact, it looks just kind of like low quality in this stream relative to the overworld stuff. The underwater stuff looks really nice, but the overworld stuff looks overly simple even compared to Sumeru. It looks like Mondstadt overworld design. Yeah, the non-underwater, non-underground areas. kind of odd. It clashes, is all I'm saying. It doesn't seem like it's to the quality that they've set for themselves, the quality bar they set for themselves with Sumeru.
玩家初次到达的水下其实是浅海区域，曾经这里并不是海，因为海平面的上升淹没了这些区域。
Those bosses are
细心
interesting,
的
by
观
the
察
way.
会发现，很多地方还保留了
I
陆地和
don't
人
know
文
that
的
much
痕迹。
about them, and I
由
don't
于
want
大
to
家
know
是
much
第
about
一
them. I
次在
like
提瓦特
fighting
潜
new
水，
enemies
为了
in
让大家
game.
能够在
So.
水下过渡更加舒适，所以我们在视觉设计上也做了相对清淡明快一些，造型和色彩上也相对概括收敛。相比陆地，水下的山石更具有海浪的造型，植被设计是以简约清新的色块构成。 线条上则运用了很多曲线柔美的感觉。我们还做了色彩丰富、种类繁多的鱼群、水母等海洋生物，会在玩家游玩过程中伴随着它。
I know I'm still a bit pessimistic on underwater. I've mentioned some things before, as far as like how the underwater feels to explore in particular, it looks visually pretty, but it also seems like they're just going for like a really, hey look how pretty it is aspect whenever you're underwater exploring. And what I would like to see is Subnautica-esque, right? Like underwater, the ocean's fucking scary. Like, right? So I hope they go a little bit Subnautica and make some scary parts of the water, right? And it's not just like, wow, look how tranquil and beautiful the underwater is.
攻击也充满了侵略性。它背部的小火山其实是可以发射火球的火炮，想必现在的他正在等待着一位值得挑战的对手来和他掰一掰手腕。
看来又是一位有实力的对手呢。我听说在枫丹啊，还有许多有意思的小动物可以和旅行者互动。
This is largely
这也是枫丹与众不同的地方之一。
just something I'm mentioning on my mind at the time, and I'm not.
同时又加入了一些幻想元素。
For those that watch my streams, I'm not planning to stream as much as I used to. I want to focus more on edited videos because it's what I enjoy more in many ways. I enjoy live streaming, but I'll probably formally post this in my Discord or whatever soon. But basically, I'm not gonna strictly just stream every single weekend anymore. Is what I'm leaning towards. And I'm going to stream on weekends just whenever I feel like streaming. I'm probably still going to stream at least once a week. Because there's like things that are more enjoyable to do while streaming in Genshin. Genshin is a good game for streaming because there's a lot of mindless, time-wasting content. Wait, are they not going to mention the UI thing? Oh no, it's take a break. The program's going to continue in 3 minutes. I want to go back to sleep. That's fine. Okay. Let's go back over to this page. So, Battle Pass weapons. I don't think they announced they haven't announced the Battle Pass weapons yet. But anyways, you can't see the full words here, but most importantly, there's new Battle Pass weapons. There'll be 10 types of weapons that be selected from the Battle Pass. We'll see if they show them on screen. Hopefully they will. I have the thoughts on them. Some of them are good. One of them is, why does it exist? But anyways, gyroscope controller on some platforms. It's very good. My god, how did it take this long to add this feature? Jesus Christ. So, smoke break. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. And then that's basically it. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, I appreciate this dev post. I imagine they might just literally not even. Oops. They just might not even mention the emblem strongbox, which is, not gonna lie, it's genuinely one of the biggest quality of life features in the game. It's just having access to the emblem strongbox. But anyways, and then gyro controller, whatever, is really, really good because my god is using. Oh wow, the quality of this drop. Oh, there we go. It's fine. Is using controller painful sometimes. Annoyingly, Xbox controller does not have gyroscope. It's my biggest annoyance with the current Xbox controller because I vastly prefer the feel of an Xbox controller over the PS5 controller. PS5 controller is much better than the PS4 controller was, but like, yeah. Anyways, point is, if I want to use gyroscope on PC, which sometimes I would want to do, I like playing Genshin on a controller, and I played Genshin on a controller originally for a long time, but then I stopped because of using bow characters in particular, and then especially like Nahida's so bad on a controller. Oh, I could just Nahida feel like utter poo bear to use, and gyro should help with that a lot. Gyro means like tilting your controller. So if you played Breath of the Wild, it's gyro aiming, right? So assuming it's not implemented like poo bear, you'll be holding your controller, right? And if you go into like aiming mode, you hold. I think I have it configured. I usually have like right trigger configured to like holding a charge attack, for example, with Linny, and then you can tilt your controller to aim. And what it tends to be is not your. It tends to get a bad rap, like motion. Like you don't use gyro aim necessarily to do big sweeping moves. It's not like a replacement for a mouse. It's not a replacement for a joystick. What you do though is like if you're like using a charge attack character like Gongi or Linny, you like use your right stick to turn, and then you use the gyro control for fine movement to like aim at an enemy, right? So you see an enemy to your right, you use the joystick to move to the right, and then you use the gyro for precision, right? That's how you use gyro. And it's really, really nice. Mostly for like bow characters, it'll be nice. It should help with Nahide a little bit too, depending on how quick you can do it. So, yeah, but you don't use it completely, like, you're only using motion controls to aim now. Like, that's not how you want to use it. You want to use it in conjunction with your joystick. So, it should make controller substantially less painful in Genshin. Just annoying that the Xbox One controller does not have a gyro in it. It's really annoying. But technically a problem I could solve by getting a different controller if need be. So that's what it is.
说的有趣的地方啊，可能大伟哥会和我一样喜欢枫丹特色的店铺，比如来书的发条工坊。 我们在枫丹亭的
Oh god, how long is this stream gonna be? I wanted to get more sleep, but it's now 7:20 a.m. It's getting to the point where I don't know if my brain's gonna be able to fall back to sleep. I'm just gonna be tired all day. Well, if I don't stream tomorrow, this is why.
从玩具鸟啊到发条人偶，可是应有尽有。那这一次呢，我们在发条工坊的门口啊，会遇到2名满口歇后语的店员。 他们说店长啊，最近想以这个决斗代理人为主题啊，来制作一批
Should I make an edited video? I might be able to throw together an edited video today if I motivate myself. Of like, what do I title it? The Genshin 4.0 stream in like X minutes or less, right? Like, let's say I can do. That's like the Genshin 4.0 stream in 4 minutes or less, right? Like, it'd be a. I'm not necessarily good at condensing my writing, but it would be a good test of my writing skills to try to, in a day or less, like, write together a script, record it, and then include the footage from this stream, and turn it into a video of like.
为了展现出决斗代理人级别的本领啊，我们需要
Bennett is a free character. I don't know if I heard about that. Interesting. Let's see 3 Bennett for weapons only. Yay. For my main account, it doesn't matter. It's just free wish, I guess.
在枫丹地区啊，我们有着广阔的水下区域。 So,
anyways, I don't know. Would people watch that? Would you watch that? Like, I don't know how many people in the community actually watch these versus watching just gleaning this information by people.
在这个实验中啊，旅行者需要在枫丹的野外与敌人进
That
行
just
对战，
people like talking
其中
about
就
it,
不乏
right?
有一些具
The
备枫
features
丹
in
特色的发条机
4.0.
关
We're just playing
希
it.
望在战斗的过程
So
中
like,，
旅行者们能够
It
体验到
would be
乐
either
趣，
titled
同时
something
进一
like
步
I
了解
watched
枫
the
丹的生
Genshin
态。
4.0 stream, so
第
you
三个
don't
实
have
验呢
to.
是音乐玩法，跃动彩
Or
排响应法。
Genshin
旅行者
4.0
们需要
stream in
通过
X
操
minutes
纵
or
一种叫
less.
做冒险家玩具的道具，
Nice
跟
little
随音乐的
cute
节拍，
minigame event.
在
Yep,
恰当的
that
时机
exists.
进行攻击啊，打击轨道两侧的玩
Bennett
偶，
as the event
从而
reward is
获取
leak
积
playback.
分
I don't
赢
know.
取
There's
奖。
more important things to care about. 4.0 leak, so I missed it, I guess.
这护目镜感觉有点眼熟。
Yeah, for a lot of people, That's not going to be that important. C5 Bennett, your new King complete. Nice. For Sylveon, it's a really good thing. C5 Bennett is definitely an important Bennett constellation. Not as fun as one. C6 is by far as fun as one.
战争态势图开启活动剧情来了解了。我懂，想卖个关子对吧？那么在4.0版本中啊，我们还会在枫丹体验到其他活动吗？
这个当然也是有的。那接下来要给大家介绍的是博物通志水国寻迹。旅行者在这个活动当中啊，需要收集特定种类的采集物，或者说击败特定种类的怪物。这些采集物或者怪物都是枫丹地区所属的。通过活动界面呢，我们可以标注出目标物的附集点位。在到达推荐点位附近的时候啊，小地图上还会有显示提醒。 帮助对枫丹还不熟悉的旅行者们来顺利完成挑战。
They haven't mentioned the UI thing yet.
这个活动对我们探索枫丹区域很有帮助呀。
Activated C6 almost here. Enjoy your red dot.
寻迹以外呢，4.0版本还有一个拍照活动——光影研学旖旎水界。 这也可以帮助大家快速了解旅行者们需要根据任务提示拍摄指定的枫丹景观或者生物来完成委托。如果旅行者呢对枫丹还不太熟悉，暂时找不到需要记录的事物，也可以前往活动界面上的推荐的地方去寻找哦。
好耶，是我最喜欢的拍照活动了。
除此之外呢，4.0版本我们还会有一个战斗挑战活动，叫岛刃破局。
I feel like C6 Bennett should not be the breakpoint for getting 1 million ND or not. I don't even know how you would get 1 million ND. Your multipliers aren't high.
来有效的降低战斗的难度，战胜眼前的敌人。另外啊，活动还有着多种难度可以供旅行者们挑战。那对自身实力有自信的旅行者，可以尝试挑战一下更高的难度。另外，在4.0版本中，我们还会再次开启地脉活动，旅行者们请不要错过哦。
聊了这么多枫丹的活动
You can't do it without him, really? The 15% pyro bonus is the breakpoint?
是的，我个人和旅行者们一样期待枫丹的到来。对于期待枫丹新角色的旅行者们啊，我还带来一个好消息，那就是在4.0版本更新后。 当旅行者的冒险等阶达到25级之后，就可以在活动里满足活动。
That's good. So Lynette is literally just 100% permanently free after AR25. It was leaked before that she was permanently free, which is very good. Of course, the main reason for it seems to be to make sure players have access to the Numia Ozia mechanic. Hydro Traveler is one of them. Lynette has the other one. But more importantly, they're a free Animo character, right? That is not as good as Sucrose or Bennett or Bennett. Brain, what is wrong with you? Or Kazuha. But like anyone that was expecting that, don't. Hey, new craftable weapons. These are actually pretty okay. New battle pass weapons. They aren't actually going to show what they do. New stick. It's a pipe. But then they just like, wow, they spent 10 seconds on those weapons. Yeah, you can choose 10 weapons now. Someone remind me after this ends. I guess since they're not going to show what the weapons do, I'm going to just talk about what they do very briefly. New artifacts. Oh yeah, I forgot they hadn't mentioned artifacts yet. Are they also not going to show the artifacts? Like what they do? Oh yeah, you need to show what they do. What the? You need to show like what your mechanics do, you idiots. Oh Jesus Christ.
那既然是年度版本的开端啊，我们
show what they do, you assholes.
现在最困扰玩家的问题，以及优化游戏当中尚有不足的部分。这一次啊，给大家带来是分层地图和配对界面。
Change party setup screen. They're not going to show it, but that's actually it's really cool looking.
4.0版本将会使用分层地图
Didn't hear about that.
我们
Whatever.
希望它能够提升玩家的探索体验。
Cool.
分层地图
TCG
是
is
一个我
still
个
a
人也很喜
function,
欢的
and it's
功
like
能。
they could have
我
made
们
it
可以
their own
通
app.
过切换地图
It's
层
not
级
bad.
来查看想要了解的区域。当旅行者们进入有分层地图的区域时，小地图啊会自动切换为显示分层地图的样子。
They're really not going to
当
show
回到提瓦特大地图
the
界面
screen,
时，
the
小地
character
图
switching
显
screen.
示就变回我们熟悉的老样子。
How?
而选中了任何位于其他层的点，那么系统也会直接切换。
It's a visual flair that adds a lot of personality.
分层地图，系统还会高亮显示同层点的角标，还是挺方便的。
I assume I haven't seen images of it, but I assume that function will work for like the Sumeru underground areas too.
分层地图功能以外啊，我们还会对已经上线的部
分
区域更新分层地图， 帮助玩家更好的在这些区域探索。
哦，也就是说，之前像赤王陵或是
map improvements good.
我们也
Good job,
在
Mahoya.
4.0更新后，
Hopefully they'll let you place more stickers in the map.
另外啊，我们也对角色配对界面进行了全面的改造。
Oh yeah, they didn't show Hydra main character. I forgot. What in the world? Oh god. God, they've said so little for having a stream that's so much longer. Oh, they are going to show the screen. Okay. Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. I was like, it would be weird for them not to show it. Big problem with this, by the way, it looks great. I really like it. Like this change. Big notable thing though is you still have the stupid ass loading bar for switching characters. So like the feel of changing characters is still gonna be the same. It just looks nicer now. That's all the changes. It's cool. But it doesn't fix the issue with it at all.
玩家可以通过好友界面或者联机界面选择观战自己的好友或者联机队友正在进行的7圣召唤对局。
Why aren't they showing? God, it really pisses me off they're not showing the artifacts, by the way, because like I want to talk about them. Why they normally show what the fucking artifacts do in the stream? Why do they not do that? Like they've many times announced weapons before, but not showing what weapons do. So there's a precedent for them not announcing what weapons do. But they usually show what the fucking artifacts do. They show like the artifacts description. Another break. Hey. Show the artifacts. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna put them on the screen because I don't want to get copyright striked if they don't announce them themselves. A Lisa card, indeed a Lisa card. But anyways, I don't know. The new artifacts are interesting. They're really interesting. I'm glad one of them exists, and then the other one is potentially broken for many 4.0 characters. And is the reason it's interesting is because like the artifacts they're releasing are the heaviest indication of what the character designs coming out, at least in the next few patches, are going to be centralized around, right? And you can glean information about certain things in the direction of their character design for the entirety of 4.0 based on the artifacts they're releasing. So them not showing the artifact information really annoys me. Really annoys me. Artifacts aren't the artifacts aren't a dream come true for me, by the way. Like I would like to see them do more creative things with artifacts, and they're just artifacts that give damage percent stats. So like that's all that most artifacts do. I really want to see them do more interesting things with artifacts. Like let's watch this, I guess. Like Thundering Fury, but they really don't want to do that for some reason. So you know. Alright, is the stream basically over? Like best instrument, cups of water, fantastic. I love it. Not even sarcasm. I actually do love it. It's fantastic. Yeah, I mean Genshin music's fantastic. I'll let this play in the background, I think. And blam. I'm gonna keep this up in the background in case something happens to switch back to. I imagine they might show something at the end here. But basically, okay. Yeah, so why didn't they show the new artifacts? I really want to discuss the new artifacts like in depth. Music's great, as always. Why didn't they show the new artifacts, man? Why? What am I doing? I'm in the. Oh yeah, I remember why I'm here. I'm farming for. Give us more codes as the program is so long. Yeah, I know, right? Jesus Christ. Oh crap! This domain always puts Hydra on you, so I can't freaking properly infuse Pyro on Kazu's burst. I love it. This domain's fun. It's not the best team for this domain, to be completely honest. Yeah, they haven't said anything about Hydra Traveler. They haven't shown what the fucking artifacts do. Ow. I don't even know where this song plays. I assume it's a Fontaine song. Stop. Oh, this is annoying. Hey, look, it took me an hour and 17 minutes to clear this domain. Yeah. Has anyone tested to see how far that timer goes up? Just leave the game open for like multiple days. Alright, let's use a character. Seems that, yeah, anyway, I don't know. Yeah, music is fantastic, but... They're just showing visuals of the orchestra, to be clear. If you all want to see the orchestra, I can switch back to it, to be clear. Alright. Let's, yeah, I take Ari, I think it's not my... Yeah, it's fine. I don't know if Kuki has Deepwood on her right now, but it shouldn't matter. That's how long the live stream is. Yep, indeed. Yeah, it really pisses me off that they didn't show what the Look, new artifacts. You assholes, you always release new artifacts in 4.0. Say what they do. It really pisses me off. Yeah, if they're gonna mention anything at the end of the stream, it's gonna be something about the Genshin anime. I wouldn't be surprised. Might also not be, to be clear. Alright, next switch to Jagari. Whoops. She's on Guild of Dreams. Why is she on... I mean, Hyperbloom actually works for this situation. Also, good lord, she has 1,080 elemental mastery. That's a lot. How do you have this much EM, lady? Oh yeah, I just apparently gave her my best EM pieces. She should be on Deepwood in this team, but for this domain it actually works better to have her on on that, I think. So it's fine. And now I can't do anything because yay.
Emerge right here. Emerge into the wind.
All right. Oh no, they're still doing orchestra things. Are they announcing no more? Is it just gonna be orchestra things? I have no idea. This is still not off the wall. I'm good to just vibe to the stuff we'll talk about. Alright, so I'm just going to talk about the artifacts, whatever. I don't care, it'll be fine. I'm not going to show them on stream. I don't want to risk a copyright strike. Because, again, before when I accidentally, so the instance that happened before was I showed Dia's the details of Dia's weapon like a day or two after the live stream announced the fucking weapon. So they announced the name of the weapon. You could literally Google the weapon and it would show up, right? There's no indication if someone just Googled the name of the weapon from the live stream that they didn't just announce that. Because they're assholes. And they copyright strike me for a weapon that was literally like the first result of Google was the details of the weapon. Assholes. So I'm not gonna show them on screen. The new artifacts. So one of them, barring any beta changes, one of them increases the 2-piece bonus, increases charge attack damage, and normal attack damage by 15%, which is not bad, but it's kind of whatever, because the 4-piece set bonus is whenever your character's HP changes, which is, yes, weird, if your character's HP changes, you use Ganyu or Ayaka, fuck no, you get 12%, I think? Yeah, I believe it's 12% crit right now. The music is fantastic, but also distracting. Yeah, they normally do talk about new artifacts. They normally show the new artifacts and what they do. It really annoys me. the benefit of the doubt, if I'm going to give them, is that they might be intending to potentially change something in the beta still before release at this point. But anyway, so they're probably not though, and they're just assholes and they decided to do this because they didn't want to put the. I don't get it. Like, it's weird because like they didn't have to spend any extra time on it, right? They just had to have the graphic, have the artifact descriptions. And what's particularly weird is these artifacts don't have the problem that many artifacts in the game have, right? These new artifacts, where like, look at this stupid ass description where it might be actually hard to format on a nice looking visual for stream. Like, no, they're actually formatted really refined and nicely. So you might not be able to hear me because the music very well, by the way. I'm sorry. It's just fine. We'll vibe with the music. I don't know. Weird. Everything's weird. Why did they not ask that? Like, actually show the artifacts. So, anyways, 4-piece set bonus on the charge attack set gives, which by the way, don't like focus on the charge aspect much. That's actually not that important. Is, you know, it's just. I'm just so confused why they didn't announce it. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna actually talk. Good lord. All right, they're gonna.
此次原声的音乐制作团队 Hoya Mix 与我们的老朋友伦敦交响乐团合作，在演奏中加入了 glass harp、glass harmonica 这类与水息息相关的特殊乐器，希望能从听觉上表现出枫丹水之国的特点。而在接下来的 4.0 版本中。
So, anyways, the artifact set, I guess, the 4-piece artifact set, so yeah, it buffs crit rate by like 12%, maximum of 3 stacks, so that's 36%, that's all.
也将在8月16日如期与玩家朋友们见面。感谢大家一直以来对原神的支持，祝各位的枫丹之旅也充满乐趣。See you in Fontaine, travelers.
Okie dokie. Mihoyo needs to take a page out of like the tech industry's book, by the way, and do a one more thing at the end. I don't know if I've seen them do a one more thing. Oh no, that the anime announcement was kind of a one more thing, wasn't it? Mihoyo, do that more. Yeah, just like do that more. Okay, so I can actually talk about artifacts thing. So yeah, 4.0 looks good. Honestly, like, as far as, like, regarding the title of the stream, is 4.0 going to fix Genshin Impact? No. It has some nice quality of life things that fix some aspects, and it's an improvement to some problems of the game, but not in very meaningful ways, in my opinion. They literally ignore Hydro Traveler, which is like, wow, okay. Yeah, okay. Basically. I don't know what to think about them ignoring Hydro Traveler. Hydro Traveler is hot trash, and they very much wanted them to be hot trash, to be clear. So yeah, I don't know. It's not cool. Oh yeah, that's what I'll say. Yeah. So artifacts, 2-piece normal attack, charge attack bonus. Whoop-de-doo. That's not really that important, realistically, right? And all right, let's see how many of these I got. But charge attack bonus, 2-piece, whatever, doesn't matter. It doesn't give plunging damage bonus. Plunging damage bonus would make it. So interesting that the new artifacts are better for Chao than Vermilion. But well, actually, it depends on the team a little bit, I believe. I believe with Bennett, notably, though, the new artifacts are definitely better, if I recall. And without Bennett, they're very close to Vermilion. So it basically does not make sense to get Vermilion on Chao anymore. The fucking this shit-ass artifact set that they made specifically for Chao basically doesn't have a point for existing with the new one. But anyways, I haven't even said what they do. So 2-piece bonus is like 15% charge attack, normal attack bonus. That's mostly whatever, but not irrelevant. And the force piece bonus is whenever your HP changes, which means going up or going down. And notably, keep in mind that that is relevant for like characters that heal in multiple instances, which Baiju heals in multiple instances, so he can very easily like get 2 stacks in the artifact set for whatever characters. And the point is, like, what I'm making with this is like, depending on the team, and particularly as they add more characters that might interact with these artifacts, like the fact that they're adding these artifacts means they're probably adding more characters, right, that are having health draining mechanics, either that drain their own health like Hu Tao, or they might add a character that drains your team's health, right? So a reverse Dia. And anyway, I gotta increase my system volume back up because I lowered my. All right. There we go. Now my audio's back to normal. Where is Yaoyao? So Yaoyao, right? The way that Yaoyao's healing works, like she has a really low multiplier for her healing, but particularly in her bursts. But even with her skill will like radishes. Has this passive where you get an extra tick of healing every 1 second. Each individual instance counts as a heal, right? And that counts as an HP change, right? So someone like Yaoyao could enable, just by having Yaoyao on the team, potentially enables you to use these new artifacts, right? On characters that don't have HP draining mechanics built in their own kit, right? And potentially if they introduce other characters that do similar things, whether it be HP up or HP down, that involve HP changes. I wonder if that artifact set means the Hydro Archon might interact with this mechanic. To be clear, we don't have any concrete leaks. We have no concrete leaks about the Hydro Archon. But the Hydro Archon, I think there's a very good chance that they interact with that mechanic, with the health draining mechanic, to give some kind of benefit. The only thing we've seen, the only inkling we've seen thus far, by the way, and this was months ago, is that there was a leak that the Hydro Archon will drain your team's HP for giving a big buff. And if that is the mechanic, one of the main mechanics of the Hydro Archon, that means using the Hydro Archon means these new artifact sets that give 36% crit rate, if you can maintain the passive, is incredibly strong. And like means, so I don't know. The Hydro Archon doesn't exist yet, right? So that could be wrong. That could be completely wrong. That was a leak from months ago. Might be completely untrue. Well, we're not gonna find out until 4.1 is out and 4.2 is in beta for sure, right? But even disregarding that on existing characters, the crit set is potentially workable in characters like Xiao, where it just works automatically, and then it's workable in other situations too, depending on how your team is configured, right? But the stat value the artifacts I can give with the 2-piece bonus potentially being relevant or not on certain characters, just giving 36% crit rate on a base value of like the amount of stats, as far as like most artifacts, their value is determined by how many stats, like outside of like Viridescent, which does something mechanically interesting, but it's still functionally is just stats in a really weird roundabout way. And Thundering Fury, which has cooldown reduction, which is the best artifact set in the game because of it. Artifacts just give stats. So how good an artifact set is versus another is how many stats do they give, right? And the new artifact set giving 36% crit rate is a lot. And it's a type of artifact set that, let's look at an example of like why it can make so much of a difference. Let's say like Hu Tao, right? So Hu Tao, like, even though she doesn't have health draining mechanics, doesn't necessarily work really well with the new artifact set. But Hu Tao does take advantage of the 2-piece bonus of 15% charge attack bonus damage, which is functionally basically the same as 2-piece 15% pyro. And then Hu Tao does, like, you know, normally Crimson is good on her, and like Shimanao is good on her, right? But Hu Tao is someone who ascends with crit damage, and she also has a crit damage weapon. There's basically almost never a situation, unless you have whack artifact luck, right? There's almost never a situation, unless you have whack artifact luck, where like you're running Crimson on Hu Tao, and like every single one of your Crimson artifacts look like look like this artifact that I have, right, where it has very heavy crit rate stats, then in that situation you might use a crit damage circlet on Hu Tao, right? Or if you're going for nukes on Hu Tao. Other than that, because Hu Tao ascends with crit damage and her weapon is crit damage, if you have Homa, to be clear, if you don't have Homa, obviously it just depends on your weapon, you're never going to use a crit damage circlet. But like, even on someone like Hu Tao, who is using a crit damage weapon, ascends with crit damage, if the Hydro Archon does something like drains HP and enables using that artifact set on Hu Tao, that means you could use Hu Tao with a crit damage weapon, who is crit damage ascending, with a crit damage circlet potentially, and still have like near 100% crit rate, like really good crit rate. Like, which is disgusting. So like if the Hydro Archon works well with Hu Tao, my god, is Hu Tao getting a buff with the artifact set, I'm pretty sure. So with Homa specifically, I should specify. Without Homa, yeah. But even without Homa, it means like Blackcliff Pull might become like that artifact set with Blackcliff Pull, because it has a crit damage stat, might become better for Hu Tao than certain other options. Probably not though. Probably something like the new Battle Pass weapon would be better, but yeah, forgetting English subtitles on the YouTube stream is really funny. Okay, I need to upgrade Dia's weapon here. Not this weapon, the Sacrificial Greatsword. Alright, enhance, ascend. And level up that. So, anyways, those artifacts, point is, of course I'm gonna craft some of these. Let's see. We needed a few of these. How many of these do I have? Oh, I got a couple. I got a couple of those. Alright, I needed something like that. And then I needed branches, right? Yeah, I need branches. So anyways, the crit set has the potential to be a very significant set, with the asterisks of it depends on what characters they release this patch, right? Where is Medea? So we'll see. The other set is a set I wanted in the game for a long time, and I'm surprising it's as broken as it is. Okay, broken on it's niche. Like, it's not an artifact set that's going to change the game or anything. Again, it's just like an artifact set that gives stats. But I've always wanted a skill damage set in the game, and it's annoyed me how they released certain artifacts and they didn't just like make these artifacts more relevant by putting 2-piece gives 20% skill damage bonus. Like, that just didn't exist in any 5-star artifacts in the game. But it exists as of 4.0. That's what one of the artifact sets is. It gives a skill damage bonus on the 2-piece set, which is good. But then the 4-piece bonus gives another... so the 4-piece bonus is when your character is off-field, official, Yai, right, gives another 50% skill damage bonus. And then if you are on field, you have that full 50% skill damage bonus for 2 seconds, but then you lose 25% of that skill damage bonus if you're on field. So the artifact 4-piece set on the artifact set is not necessarily best for Yai Miko in all situations, because, alright, I need 8 more of these and 11 more of these. Alright. It's not necessarily best for Yai Miko in all situations, because you sometimes will on-field Yai a meaningful degree, and that means it's just not the most relevant for Yai necessarily always, but if your Yai is almost always off-field, it's incredibly good, right? And then for Fischl, it's just disgusting. It's actually disgusting. Fischl's A4 counts as skill damage, and giving Fischl 70% skill damage bonus is absurdly stupid. 4-piece bonus is so sexy for Lisa nukes. Yeah, like even Lisa who's staying on field, like it giving 45% skill damage bonus, even Lisa who's not going to be able to get the full 4-piece bonus on field. Ridiculous. So it's a skill damage set that gives a whack ton of skill damage. I like it. Where's the other thing that I needed? And I'm happy it exists. Alright, let's just do something like this. And yeah. But yes, Wu Yai still does not have an optimal 4-piece. Indeed, this you're not wrong. That, I don't know, it's fine. Like, not having an optimal 4-piece is fine. That just means characters are more flexible with their utility, in my opinion. So I don't consider that a bad thing, right? And it also is yet another option for like a 2-piece. I can't actually look at it in game. It's yet another option for a 2-piece bonus on artifacts for Yai, and so again, just further flexibility. And any future characters they release that have skill damage bonus or a meaningful amount of damage from their skill, it's a potentially relevant option for as a 2-piece set or a 4-piece set. So I am very, very glad that artifact set exists. I am surprised it's as good as it is, because like holy crap, does it give a lot of damage percent. I may have farmed more of these than I needed. I probably did, in fact. All right, I need to make a total of 12 of these. So that's going to require something. You want to just do... Wait, is that going to be enough? It's not going to be enough. Actually, maybe I don't have enough. We'll see. Okay, not enough. Sad. I need to go spend like one more resin in there. Yep. Well, actually, no, wait. You might double, right? Oh my god, really? All right, craft one more. Am I really gonna be one away? That's annoying. 11, unless. All right. You know what? Mona. Oh wait, no. Oh, Mona. All right, Mona. Mona has a 25% chance to refund. I am crafting 3. There's a very good chance she refunds me the 1 and I don't have to spend any resin. If ever you needed to come in the clutch for me, Mona, now is the time. Don't make me waste more time in that miserable domain. Thank you. Wow, what a world. That's might be the first time the character's actually giving me a bonus when I needed the bonus. Alright, good lord. Alright, and Dia, let's get this leveled up. Ascend. And auto add. Blam. Yay. Look at that. Sack greatsword done. Alright, that is part 1 of my requirements to do my the Dia Candace team done. Sacrificial greatsword isn't required for that team, to be clear. It's just nice because I can do double skill with Dia's long hours cooldown on her skill. So, you know. And then I need to level up. I need to get more talent materials for Dia. And then I need to level up Candace a little bit. And I can make that video. So, yay. Not that far away. Alright. Okie dokie. So, new artifacts I quite like. Again, they don't do anything new invented. They just give damage stats. But as far as like the amount of damage stats they give is a lot. And I appreciate the crit rate one being strong, but requiring like a team build around to take utilization of. As an indication, I don't know. Again, I mentioned before, like it frustrates me that they didn't show those because like it's just such a heavy indication of what their design for characters is going to be for the entirety of 4.0, and them showing that is just like such blatant, like, no, we don't actually want you to think about things with our game. We just want you to mindlessly. Yeah, so I don't know. When is Dia's talent domain? I think it's tomorrow. I think I might save my resin I have. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Okay, so I'm gonna save my resin for tomorrow so I can farm that. Anyways, I don't know. 4.0 looks interesting. Yes, I'm still slightly pessimistic about underwater exploration, but we'll see how it actually is. We'll see if they prove me wrong. It'll probably feel fine because of their implementations of, you know, things to make it so you don't have to, you know, go up and down, but implementing mechanics to make it so you don't have to go up and down, in my opinion, invalidates part of the point for doing it in the first place, and is just a blatant acknowledgement of like how that doesn't work as a control system for like navigating in 3 axes in video games. Like their implementation proves my point. So I don't know, man. We'll see. If they prove me wrong and they do interesting things with the underwater that are fun and engage me, you know, I'll take back some of my pessimism. The fact that I'm pessimistic means if it means anything, it might mean that I'm more impressed by it than you might expect. So I don't know. Is Vorakash worse than Emblem? Yes. Yes. But not if you're going for skill damage, which is the point. And yes, I'm well aware. I just talked about a skill damage percent set, and that I just said that I farmed this artifact set for skill damage. Like the whole point, the point of me farming this artifact set for Dia is, well, there's 3 reasons. One, I was farming this artifact set for Yelan, for a really jank-ass nuke Yelan build, which is entirely basically invalidated by the existence of the new artifacts. So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But I can still do it. You know what? I'm gonna try to do my goal. The reason I was part of the reason I was farming these artifacts for Yelan is because based on my calcs, I do have the artifacts now for this set. If I can get up the full buffs on Yelan in my burning Yelan team, which is I haven't tried yet. It's not better than Gilded Dreams for my new Yelan, to be clear, but if I get the passive up, is theoretically best because it gives seal damage bonus and burst damage bonus, right? So for Yelan, in particular, because there is no skill damage buffing set other than that one in the game right now, other than the 4-star set, it actually does enable getting 1 million damage on Yelan against like the Scaramouche boss. And that's what my goal is. I haven't actually tried to do it yet because it's going to be a pain in the butt to make sure I get all the buffs up. It's going to be an utter pain. It's probably going to be its own video. There's a good chance I'll release it like when Yelan's banner is live during 4.0 or something. The Dia video, though, hopefully will come out next week. So the reason I'm starting for Dia is twofold. One, if yes, Emblem is just better. Until you have C1 gives her more HP scaling, which means she gets more value out of the HP percent 2-piece that it gives. And then any further constellations like C4 reduces Dia's ER needs, which means she's less reliant on the 2-piece energy recharge percent from Emblem. Yes, don't farm this artifact set. It's like assuming like equivalent artifacts to Emblem, which almost nobody will have artifacts in Vorakashas that is equivalent to their options for Emblem. It's like a very, very minor percentage points, like negligibly better than Emblem, and makes her harder to build. Like, it's a terrible artifact set to put on Dia. The reason I did it, though, was a fewfold. One is my niche Candace team, because it buffs skill damage, right? And the whole point of like me wanting to do like leveling Sacrificial Greatsword like I just did is so I can just basically do, I don't have the team active, is so, I mean I can probably demonstrate it now, I guess. Alright. The basic idea, right, is use Candace's burst. Do I have the weapon on her? No, I don't. Switch that. What was their attack drop down to? So 2,000 attack, we're going to go down to... This does have a high base attack, so it's not that much loss. We lose a little bit of ER too, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. 1850 attack, that's fine. Obviously, same crit ratio, lose a tiny bit of ER. Alright, so the general idea here, right, is, you know, we do Dia's skill. We have to take some hits of damage to get up the passive. So like you take a bunch of hits of damage, and like, yay, now we get 5 stacks of this passive up. And you can see that the little buff indicator that was going there shortly. That was mostly from the burning, that wasn't from actually absorbing damage, but Dia is not that hard. You have to do her skill first, right, to get up that passive. And then, you know, I do Bennett, I do Kaza, whatever, for buffing Swirl Pyro, and then I Candace. And Candace's burst can basically be used to front load a bunch of Hydra application to make sure they have Hydra on them. And then I can use Dia's skill and vape with Dia's skill. And the idea is I can vape with Dia's skill twice in a row. So getting a total of 4, well, assuming they all crit, you know, I can get a total of 4 vapes that get like 200,000 damage total. Now it's 200,000 damage every like 18 seconds. This is basically just downgrading my Dia team by removing Xiangling, to be clear. But it's fine, because it puts more of the focus on Dia. And this boy is tanky. Dia did I think Dia legit vaporized for 2,000 damage there. So anyways. Let's see. Wouldn't guess, but I got a Dia and a Welt on the same game. That's a little bit weird. Happy for you. Hopefully you enjoy both of those characters. Alright, so let's do this. Right, and then let's hope the boy doesn't die. I didn't crit the second one, but it's fine. Right, and then I switch to... Oh, no. Oh, okay, I didn't even think about that. That's awkward. I think I would have thought about that. What I didn't think about was the fact that I get a reset, right? I get a skill actually, it still is kind of important. Because... Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, this team only really functions for trying to get vapes consistently with Dia and Candace together. I didn't have full buffs up there because I didn't use Kazu's burst because it probably would have died. But the idea is just be able to fluidly rotate between the two and use Dia's skill to vape, and I can still use Dia's burst on occasion. It's probably not going to have full uptime because not having Xiangling means a little bit less pyroparticles, which means, you know, less... I don't know. A Candace on Fav actually might actually be relatively equivalent as far as energy generation, and I might get Dia's burst back relatively consistently, mostly thanks to being able to cheat a little bit with Zivos Moonlight. So Zivos Moonlight is part of the reason like I was able to justify in using this artifact set on her. But yeah, it's generally just worse. And notably though, like this artifact set also still functions like in mono pyro. Like I did test out this artifact set on her, this exact build that I have on her, and it functions in mono pyro fine. Without a problem. She gets her burst back consistently, and therefore I don't really need emblem, right? Like then it's technically not a huge upgrade. It's honestly it's still probably a side guard from emblem because my emblem artifacts are better than my Aurora Crystals artifacts. Like I have about the same crit damage I think on my emblem pieces, but 5% more crit rate or so. So, and losing 5% crit rate may not be a lot, or I think it's more like 4.3% or something. That might not be a lot, but that's a roll of crit rate that does meaningfully affect your average damage to a degree that might be relevant. But the point is, it's still probably a minor upgrade technically in mono pyro for me right now, and I don't play Dia outside of mono pyro, outside of this niche team that I'm going to do. So, you know, you're still coping. Dia was designed with Fontaine mechanics. I mean, a little bit she was, yes, but yeah. A genuine new option, by the way, for Dia's artifacts that might actually be better for her. Again, still not necessarily better because her ER needs are so high that like 2-piece emblem is probably just doing emblem because getting the 2-piece emblem effective, helping her build her for her energy needs is going to be important. But the new artifact set, being that Dia does have mechanics to drain her own health in multiple small ticks, she can probably keep up the 36% crit rate relatively easily, which is enough damage value that you might be able to... It might make sense to do the new artifact set for Dia. The crit artifact set, not the skill damage set. So, anyways, yeah, I would like to have slightly better artifacts, because the saddest thing about this build on Dia is that I went from having 69% crit rate to having 65% crit rate, and I mean, it's 69% crit rate is only 4% more, but it may as well be infinitely more because it's right. So, anyways, I don't know. Let's go to the, just for funsies. Let's go to the Abyss real quick, and then end the stream. Let's see what we can get on Dia if we do full buffs. Oh crap! I haven't done even floor 11 yet, have I? Oops. Okay. That's fine. Things won't die instantly, right? Right. Alright, Dia, Bennett, Kazuha, Candace, and second team, I don't know, let's just do Kirara. Dia Overload Thundering Fury team. yeah. The problem is her ICD is shite. Or actually, no, sorry. It's not ICD. It's just the rate at which Dia hits is shite. So you don't actually trigger that many reactions to take advantage of something goofy like Thundering Fury. And like, at best, what it gives you, like, it'll per like usage of your skill, it'll reduce your skill down to like being able to be used once an additional skill every like 3 rotations or something. Anyways, I don't know. Alright, thank you for jumping over here. Alright, let's see if we can do this properly. Yeah, look at that nice 50k there. Where's the other robot? Alright, and now okay. By the way, if Candace is like properly built, I can't actually go into my thing here. Candace is like proper built. I do have C6 Candace on this account. I managed to get her last when she's on the Baiju banner, I believe. She can deal a meaningful amount of damage with her burst. So the general idea would be to just when I'm waiting on like Dia's skill cooldown, right? Would be to quite simply make sure I use the rest of Candace's burst, and then use Dia's burst as well. How exactly the optimal rotation is going to work out in this, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Really, I just okay. Good old non-crit there. Whatever. There we go. So, anywho's, Dia has ICD on her normal attack. She only lands hit every 3 attacks. Yeah, well, no, it's more like her skill only hits every 2.5 seconds. So, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if you use her, now that I think about it, if you use her burst, if you try to do overload Dia against a boss, if you do like Fischl, right? If you do Fischl Dia, like Fischl Dia Bennett on Thundering Fury, with Dia's burst, she can probably reduce the skill cooldown at least to the point of having 100% uptime on it with C0, which is something, I guess, but it's still like, what do you actually do with that? I don't know. So, anyways, let's try to get to floor 12 here. You guys get an exclusive preview from my video next week. Hopefully you watch my video next week, because I'll try to make it more entertaining than just showing combat, to be clear. That's the goal, at least. I'm going to switch the eye. But yeah, it's hopefully just going to be a fun Candace and Dia combo showcase. Basically, the gimmick of the video is like, I fixed Dia's biggest flaw, because genuinely, I think my biggest problem with Dia is that, like, in story they showed like Candace and her being buddies together, and they don't work mechanically together like very well at all. So me hyper investing into a very specific Dia build, just for this purpose, is just like a silly, like, I fixed the flaw by by spending a lot of effort and just to get Dia to work slightly better with Candace. I know I can get more than 51k on her skill, by the way. I believe I did calcs once. I haven't leveled her, I haven't crowned her skill, right? But when I did calcs with full buffs up, I theoretically should be able to have like 70 or 60 to 70,000, I believe, vapes on her skill. The only weird things like Candace, theoretically, if I'm going for maximum Dia skill damage, should probably be on instructors, but realistically Candace is on emblem right now and should stay on emblem. So this team also has the flexibility of, if I want to ignore Dia's burst basically completely, if I want to ignore Dia's burst essentially completely, of course I don't have Bennett's burst up. Whoops. Oh well. I can. And I can just try to, I could try to put on artifacts to on-field Candace more. So this team is an option for like just on-field Candace a little bit more. It's not the greatest option, but with the combination of Dia's minor bit of off-field pyro damage, combined with, I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing here, I'm sorry. Combined with the fact that Bennett can fly pyro, and of course Kaza applies pyro in his burst by magic of infusing with pyro here, Candace can get a meaningful amount of vapes herself, right? So a built Candace can also deal a meaningful amount of damage in this team, and then I can still use Dia's burst. It still has the flexibility to use Dia's burst if I want to use Dia's burst. And I don't know, I think it's a team that I'm gonna actually like enjoy playing quite a bit because it's fairly freeform in as far as how I want to play it, and I quite like teams like that. So is it going to clear 36-star clear Abyss? I don't know. Like combining Candace and Gia on a team together is not exactly an easy recipe for clearing Abyss. But you know, I dang well gonna try. I'm not thinking about trying to rotate it properly at all here. I just wanted to get through this floor. So anyways, stream element spot, can you go F yourself? I should just remove that because I feel like at this point I'm never gonna be able to motivate myself to use the stream elements. But anyways, I could use her instead of Kazuha if you need the stagger resist. Use who instead of Kazuha? Dia has a really good kit for a game that's not Genshin. I don't know. Dia has a really interesting kit. Her just multipliers don't make sense. That's all it is. I should stop recording. Oh, I don't need a big RC video file.
Remember, help comes first.
Really?
Right here. Emerge.
Alright, Kirara, go.
Nothing lasts forever. Right here, right now.
And they're all dead. Hello, friends.
Taking a turn for the better.
Shadow Raven. Right here. A sight to behold. Right now.
I love how this team feels to play, by the way. Feels great. Just pulling off, you gotta optimally pull off switching, ending Kirara's skill a little bit early. If you do it right, like I did there, right, and you can switch between. Kirara's on a DPS build in that team, by the way. You can very easily and fluidly switch between all your characters to try to keep up. Keep using Yai's burst. It's the first team I've like tried to reliably use Yai's burst, and pulling it off feels really great. So Aggravate feels better than Hyperbloom. Aggravate, I agree, is more satisfying than Hyperbloom, but they're harder teams to invest in, take more investment in. So I'm glad I brought a Pyro or a Hydro character here, I guess.
One with wind and cloud. Wind strike. We shall prevail. Do your work.
You're dead meat.
Alright, should have used Dia's burst earlier. It's fine. You know, don't really need to attack you. Alright, do this. You know, I should really attack the other dude, shouldn't I?
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call.
That's fine, this boy's already dead.
Buckle up. Blade, bring up your blood. Wind strike. Let's light it up.
Ow. Do this just so I can get a heal going. My Candace right now is like substantially overcapped for ER, but the main reason is just because I don't have an HP timepiece on Emblem. I just don't have one. Don't worry, that problem will be solved with the Strongbox, surely, right? Right. I'll get an HP timepiece on Emblem with the Strongbox. There we go. By the way, a good example of like Candace's Hydra application with C6. So it's a lot of front-loaded Hydra application. It's actually pretty good.
Your journey ends here. Seems like an emergency. Your sacrifice is ready.
Alright, these boys are gonna die pretty fast. Oh y'all.
Testing my patience.
Emerge.
Midnight Ventap.
The doctor will see.
Patience.
Die, please. Thank you.
Dance with me.
Remember.
Why would you just not use Kuki? What team? Are you talking to someone else or talking to me?
Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Not done yet.
Nothing lasts.
They should all die. No, not quite. Oh, it did. Alright, there we go. Exciting. 412. Alright, Dia will do first side, I suppose, right? I mean, Dia can work theoretically on either side of this Abyss cycle. The main reason to do Dia on the first side is just because the aggravate. If I'm doing the same Yai team, would work on the second side fine. And then Hydro is nice for, you know, this dude. So, let's see. Let's see how it works. This is just going to be... Actually, I guess I will record this if this ends up being easier than I expect. So this might just be my showcase, but actually, no. I'm not gonna record this because this is just a preview for you guys, you wonderful viewers who have stuck with me to the end of the stream. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna try to test like getting big damage, see how it does against the doggos. They're just very initial testing. I'm not actually gonna go through the Abyss because that's gonna have to wait for the video. You're gonna watch the video for it. Skill damage percent, perfect. That's exactly what we needed. Oh yeah. Okay.
Buckle up. Let's light it up. Everybody step.
Kazuha's probably gonna kill things before I actually switch to Dia, isn't he?
Adorn my knights. We shall prevail. Yield.
Nice.
I'm going in. The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds come. Wind strike. Grant us your blessing. Flee. Hi. Look alive. You asked for it.
I don't think our burst was actually necessarily smart to use there, but I did it anyways, whatever. I stopped doing like a normal rotation and started just doing different things, and I don't know. I got to figure out exactly when it makes sense to use Dia's burst in this team because I don't know. Yeah, Dia's burst isn't crowned. I will probably breach the 60k without a problem after Dia's burst is crowned. Also, these wolves, I believe I recall, have a higher than normal resistance. Like I think they have 20% base elemental damage resistance, so 50k here is not that bad. Oh, their skill's not back. Man, this team rotates so well outside of Dia's skill. God dang it. Oh, I don't know why I did that.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Yield. We shall prevail. Look alive. Buckle up. Hi. Let's
I forgot to switch to... Whoops. Okay, so I did things like properly there, but then I forgot to switch to what? Oh.
Couldn't break
Oops.
the curse.
I forgot to I'm dumb. I forgot to switch out of Candace to do the like Hydra application, then switch back to Dia, so I didn't get vapes, I don't think. How does this team work? So this team works based on Verkosh's set giving Dia skill damage, using Sacrificial Greatsword to reset Dia's long arts cooldown on her skill, using Bennett to buff and heal, using Kazuha to swirl for buffing and just swirl damage, and then Candace uses her fast front-loaded Hydra application, also her utility of being able to control her Hydra application by just switching out as need be. Lets me, theoretically, if played well, vape every single use of skill, and I can do like 4 skills in a row with like a full sequence of Sacrificial Greatsword resets, right? With Dia's hits. So theoretically, you know, I could do a sequence of getting like 200,000 damage total per like use of, I say use, I'm getting multiple uses of Dia's skill, right? So, more than 200,000 damage on one enemy, to be clear. So. Alright, do this, do this, do this, do this. Yeah, look at that. Nice, like, 47k on 5 enemies at once. Like not bad. How are you alive? And this team should work better once Candace is on a not copium build and is not level 70. So switch, you know, do this. There we go, another, yep, oh, okay. I think I ran out of burst there. I'm feeling a need to use Candace, or sorry, not Candace, I have a stroke, use Dia's burst less than I expected. Like, I thought I would actually use Dia's burst relatively often. I'm basically not using it at all. You dying, dude? Bro, really? Okay. Alright, that could have gone better, obviously. Like, with Candace leveled up more, with Dia's skill leveled up a little bit, I think this would have been... I think that would have been a, that was only like a 2-minute clear, right? But I'm pretty sure I could easily shave with a little bit of better play, like or less buttholery from the doggos, like actually sticking to me more. Combination of better play, the doggos sticking to me more, being more used to playing this team. Candace being leveled up and Dia's talent being leveled up. I'm pretty sure I could have cleared that in like a minute and a half. So, and because this is an easier abyss, like, it's an easier abyss, but that's also probably the hardest chamber in this abyss, in my opinion. The last chamber is annoying, but for different ways, right? So, that honestly, that actually worked. That's like an ideal circlet, by the way. What? Okay, that's like an ideal circlet, by the way, for... What the frick do I do with that piece? Jesus Christ. Well, I got completely distracted by that artifact. That's like an ideal circlet for instructors, because oftentimes all you need is just a crit rate circlet on instructors for Favonius users, right? And then you just need ER as much as possible. So crit rate on a 3-line with ER is real good. Is a real good artifact. I should probably level it up at some point. But yeah, I didn't have one before, so you know, that's actually really good. Where do I have fodder? I don't know if I have fodder because I think I've spent a lot of it. By a lot of it, I mean all of it. It's just all gone. Okay, I don't remember what I leveled up recently. Oh yeah, no, I know what I leveled up. I actually leveled up a whole bunch of my, I leveled up like these flowers on Nymph Stream. And now I don't have enough fodder for this Nymph Stream piece. That's unfortunate. Do I have anything I can trash can? This, no. This. I could definitely throw this away, but it'd be a stupid idea because it's definitely stupid to not have an energy reach. Oh, I do have another one. Sorry, I just swallowed some spit. I was about to say something and I swallowed spit. Sorry. Alright, sorry. Water required. I'm gonna feed this piece. This energy recharge piece is kind of cope. And I have another energy recharge noblesse piece if I need it. So, yeah, it'll be fine, right? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, this piece does have a bunch of attack percent, so, you know. Oh, let's see. I can't not level this up. It's double min roll, but it's a 4-line, so who cares? Also HP percent, which, you know. Actually, you know what's funny? Theoretically, if I did passively consider using these artifacts on Candace in this Dia team. The reason is for that purpose of where like Candace theoretically has the flexibility, right? So Candace has the flexibility to be used in the Dia team for the purposes of like on-fueling her and like trying to like vape normal attacks. And this 4-piece set also, like when you build up stacks, gives like 30% Hydro bonus, so it's actually not the worst for buffing her burst too. It's not as good as Emblem, almost assuredly, because she's so ER heavy when she's solo Hydro. So realistically, this is probably not what I would use on Candace. But I don't know, maybe. Let's see how it rolls. Wow, okay. Bye-bye. Look, still technically a 0 dead stat piece for Candace. But no. Give me my ER piece back. Give me my garbage ER piece back. Oh boy. Yup. HP percent is what you want your attack percent time pieces to roll, right? I am the rare person where like the HP percent rolls wouldn't be the worst because of my potential use for it on Candace, but I definitely didn't want that many HP percent rolls. Wow. Yarp. To be clear, that's still probably the best attack percent piece I have on that set. So like theoretically I should keep it, right? Like, but also no. Just no. Just no. You know what I want to do? I want to throw it into the... I kind of want to throw it into the instructor's piece. Where's that instructor's piece? Is this going to fully level the instructor's piece? Yeah, screw it. Screw this artifact. You didn't... Oh, that hurts. That hurts. The not getting... It's not like I didn't care what the 4th line was, but I wanted some ER rolls, and it didn't roll in the ER at all. Okay. I do have this one, but that's a 2-line. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, not gonna lie. I know most people would probably be more sad about the attack percent piece rolling poorly. I am far more sad about this rolling poorly. I am far more sad about this rolling poorly than I am about that attack percent piece. The attack percent piece wasn't going to change anything on the account. This was genuinely could have been an extraordinarily useful piece if it rolled literally at least once or twice into ER. I'm still going to keep it because, I didn't have one with ER before. But that's unfortunate. Like, all I really wanted was one roll. Okay, it's fine. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the Candace build, if you're curious, like the damage she was getting, just 4-piece emblem, 250 ER. More ER than she needs, especially with Fav on this team right now. By the way, Fav does not need to be leveled up for any particular reason because she in that team right now, because I'm using all her damage is HP scaling, so we don't care about the base attack, and we don't need the extra ER, so therefore don't need to level up Fav. But anyways, she has more ER than she needs. I could definitely get away with an HP timepiece, but I don't have one. So, and I don't have an onset goblet either. So, yeah, there you go. That's all it comes down to. It's not a terrible build for Candace by any means, but could use some improvement. So we'll see. I'll improve her more in the future. Right now, she functions for what she needs to do, and again, she doesn't contribute negligible damage, even with the not great artifacts. So, anywho's. Alrighty. That's probably gonna be the stream. Thank you for watching. I am gonna probably take a nap or something. Hopefully, look forward to actually playing 4.0. I'll probably do some live streams for 4.0, of course. And, we'll see. Prove me wrong, Hoyoverse, with my pessimism for the underwater. That's my main challenge. Also, reveal your frickin' artifact details on stream.